looking for the extra gold that he doesn't have on the front side of his base. Hera now patrols in, Liereyy patrols in as well. The monks are going to go down, but not before they get the conversions. Looks like Hera initially has more knights in this fight, but it's defender's advantage here for Liereyy. The HP is going down for Hera. It's more HP on the units for Liereyy, and he's healing up behind with the monks as well. I think this should be advantage Liereyy.
The big thing is Hera needs the monks, and there's no more monks. Liereyy wins game number 1 against Hera's number 1 Civ pick. And I know we just came out of semifinal number 2 where Hera was able to turn it around, but that is a perfect start for Liereyy.
I mean, that was an amazing clinical game for both.
Yeah.
And Liereyy just took his small little advantages. Also, the fact that Hera, I think, him and had those 4 scorpions sitting for so long in his siege workshop was the big difference maker. Liereyy made a judgment call to go for that 2nd and 3rd town center, and it really paid off.
So I watched that cast where Liereyy played against Yo, and the one thing that Yo lacked, and I'm not talking military choice, is just any type of distraction at Lierey's base.
Yeah.
And it allowed him to always trickle forward with 1 scorpion or 2. So as we watch some of the highlights here, Liereyy did play that, and then probably felt in the moment, if I got distracted, this would get rough. And that's what he did to Hera here. He went to Hera's base, Hera pulled his light cap back, and then all the scorpions and monks in the middle got cleared. That was the defining moment of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, as you can see some of the fights here, players tracking HPs, right? Especially Hera. He's going to want to save those light cav. Liereyy just so good with the body blocks too. Like just taking out all of the weak units. You saw those knights later on that he saw Hera was healing at the beginning. And then this is the important moment where the light cav are behind, pull the army out of position, and the 2 converted scorpions push the monks away.
I don't think Hera realized how bad that was going to be, because he was going to kill those monks, but what he didn't think about is how those 2 scorpions would kill his monks, and then there'd be
I don't
knights
blame
there.
him. It's not something you think about in that situation. You see 4 monks stacked up, and you've got commerce scorpions. You're going after those.
100%. But Liereyy is just so fast to the town centers here, Dave, and like he lost the town center, and he still had a big eco lead. So crazy stuff there from Liereyy. Hera has been here before. He's faced up against Liereyy, lost game 1, lost game 2, even lost game 3, and he's been able to turn it around. But I don't know about you, but there has been this feeling the last couple events. I feel like people are starting to wake up to the fact that this Hera player is beatable at times.
Chipping away.
And chipping away, and I think Hera feels a little bit more nerves at times. I think he's doubting himself a little bit more, and I think Liereyy can sense that himself maybe.
I mean, Lierey's just playing at such a high level too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They matched each other in every single aspect that game, it felt like, except Liereyy made the judgment call to add the eco, and Hera was expecting Liereyy to do something, and Liereyy just didn't play out towards, you know, what his character is, the full-on military push. He added the eco behind it.
Here's a really fun stat for you. How many villagers did Liereyy kill from Hera that game?
0.
0.
0.
How many villagers did Hera kill from Liereyy?
5.
Yeah. So, I mean, Lierey's like, doesn't matter. I just win fights. I win the game. And, yeah, incredible start, like I said. So, draft-wise, Hera's going to want some type of turnaround, I would say, as we have a round of applause. And I can't tell why.
Viper's coming in because I think Norway just defeated Brazil 2-1.
And Viper is gloating to the Brazilian crowd.
Yeah, you got to be careful here, Viper. You got to be careful.
We have a Brazilian-based production, so except for one person who has reminded us, and yes, thank you for the update. I appreciate that. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Hera and Liereyy and how they matched each other in every single sense, and you said something else, and I can't remember.
Yeah, same. I think we're talking about a bounce back here. Normally, Hera, or anyone who wins a final, you're going to have that like 5th or 6th pick, which is supposed to break a #1 pick.
Yeah.
What would be sick? Now, I'm going to say this, and it's not going to happen. It's going to be Panthenol. But if you go late pick here and break a top pick, and maybe this is it. Jurchens was a very late draft pick from Hera.
Yes.
He's going to go up against Chinese, the #2 pick from Liereyy.
And Chinese feels like one of the tier 1 civilizations on this map, right? Like any nomad start, you get the TC up, you're taking food on the outside, which I believe Liereyy is. So he will have some food in the bank to create villagers right away, and he won't really have that idle time that you usually get. You just get a free 3-villager lead.
Yeah, it's considering it's a 9-villager start, here you end up having a 12-villager start essentially with the Chinese. But the Jurchen hunt never decays, and there's a lot of hunt, there's a lot of livestock here, so I think Hera can bring in a lot of food, and My brain immediately goes to some of the more unconventional fast castles. Jurchens could go Fire Lancers with Siege. Jurchens could go Grenadiers, right? Obviously, they can go like Lancers and Scouts, but I feel like the Jurchens, it's a type of civ Liereyy doesn't want to be up against because there's so many things they can do, and you only really find out when it hits you.
And a lot of this, I mean, a lot of Lierey's strategy will also be predicated on his early scouting, which is generally pretty good. But you only get the capybaras here. So how quickly does he realize that Hera's on the same area? Like, how many of these javelinas can he find? How many capybara can he find? Can he get a really, really good feudal age time to pressure Hera early and maybe deny that fast castle? Or maybe he gets a fast castle of his own.
I want to see how many villagers are actually walking here. Is that a villager from Hera in the south by chance? Because, like, I've seen so many fast castles on this map. I think people should be walking around with 2 vills and just collect all the capybaras, man. Like, there's been a lot of extra food on these maps. There's that villager from Liereyy. And I think he's got another villager walking around, but guaranteed vill lead for him.
I think the thought process is like scout with the capybara you find initially, find the extra ones, and then if you're on the way to get a javelina, you can then collect those Gaia units.
Yeah, I think that's I like that approach a lot. But opening-wise, I've seen Liereyy go fast castle with Tatars. Otherwise, I think earlier today in his semifinal, this was a weak map for him, and he was the way, I believe, and tried to go feudal age against fast castle Campbell archers from Yo. It didn't work out.
Well, he was in a tough spot because his TC was right next to Yo's. He couldn't find as many javelina.
Yeah.
His food supply was really rough. He lost a villager to the TC, right? So Lierey's going to be learning from those mistakes. I mean, Chinese means that you just basically have an eco lead through the entire start of the game. Jurchens is also very nice because Hera can take 1 million javelinas under his town center and then they won't rot away. He'll get the maximum amount of food from that.
What have you been seeing from players who use these? Ooh, that was really close. What have you been seeing from people with the additional 3 vills, Dave? Because I feel like you're going to run out of the hunt if you're Liereyy. And those 3 vills over on the right side are just going to need some type of task.
It really depends on the positioning.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people don't let Chinese through the draft if Pentanel's there.
Yeah.
Hera did, and Liereyy managed to snag them second. But I think you can play into feudal with Chinese. You try and shut them down because you're going to have that huge lead early.
Yeah.
And you should be to feudal age sooner. And then get a decent castle age off that, and then once you're in castle age, similar to the Jurchens, like you can go for the Fire Lancer, you can go for the Rocket Cart.
Just kind of curious because I don't think there's berries near those mill villagers on the right side. I know there's a lot of other things, but these vills got to go somewhere, right?
No, there's no berries, but there's some pineapples.
You can also, yeah, I think because you need the food right away as Chinese, he was forced to place a suboptimal mill.
Yeah.
And now the vills are wandering around. They might end up finding the Hera's vills are over here, though.
I think they will. I think Liereyy might spot that. Does he see the house? He does. That's a really good indicator. That tells Liereyy exactly where he can do damage early.
Yeah.
And he didn't give up a capybara to Hera, so Hera won't immediately know that Liereyy knows it's out there. Barracks coming up for Liereyy. It's forward. Does he see where Hera is? He does because he almost lost the village to the town center.
Okay, now this is interesting. If we can see that again, does he know the gold is right beyond Hera's TC?
No, but he has to assume. You always TC on a gold. I don't know if mentally he's going to recognize that, but I think if he thinks about it for a couple seconds, he'll know.
Because the reason I bring it up is
hello, Hera.
That's how baby barracks are made.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'd be thinking Tower Hera's gold, and so that might lead to a suboptimal tower. I suppose you would be towering that wood line, but Hera's got other wood to move with as well, and I'm feeling like Fast Castle Grenadiers from Hera right now.
I mean, it definitely feels like a Fast Castle build. The question is, what position is he going to be in when he gets there, right? That's always the question for a fast castle against someone playing feudal army. But, I mean, the food still coming in as Liereyy tries to lame this. He's walling it in.
Who was bringing it in initially, though? I don't even know. I guess Hera was.
Unbelievable play from Liereyy. The quick walls come down. He's trying to cheese the javelina from a Hera, and Hera kind of needs that food, too. We're looking at the food count. He's getting Loom right now. That'll take gold away that he needs to click up to Castle Age as well. It's not the cleanest start here for Hera as Hera kills the wall, but the Spearman comes along. Lierey's trying to block the villager and get the extra damage with the spear now, and Hera is forced to defend against this tower, I think, that's coming up behind the wood line by Liereyy.
I was in the back room when you were casting Lierey's semifinal. I was very judgmental of Lierey's tower.
Yeah.
Because I felt it didn't range Yo's gold at all. And I'm feeling something very similar about this tower. So let's see. It's hard to get it right. Maybe he's just placing it for the wood line, but here's the replay. That is sick.
No, he's
sick.
He's having fun with that one.
That is sick.
For sure. And it just went out of range of the villager from Hera, so he managed to re-aggro it.
Yeah. Also managing
awesome.
his eco very nicely as well there. But let's see. It looks like the tower is pretty dangerous because Hera is going into a counter tower here because he's going to want that gold. And Lierey's tower might not go up, but Hera's got a weak villain there. And yeah, Liereyy notices, and Hera has to pull that back.
I think it's not only the gold, dude. Like, it's also that tower can kind of range some of your hurtables. It takes out the wood line. Like,
Okay.
It's actually a big threat there. Hera will have to idle 5 villagers or 4 villagers inside that tower to shoot back. And right now he's only got 23 villas. Like, his eco is super stretched.
Yeah, he's trying to go skirmishers, and a number of skirmishers, which tells me maybe he feels like that's going to be his long term. I know it's only 4, but I guess he wants to take down Lierey's archers. If you ever have an opportunity to do that, you'll go for it.
No armor.
Yeah, no armor yet for Hera. He is stretched. When you go for the fast castle, you're so stretched with your resources. And he's stretched with space as well right now if you're Hera.
Exactly. Woodline availability, very, very low, right? He's got the gold, sure, but without the extra javelina, like, even the food supply under his TC is dwindling. Even as Jurchin, so...
Look at Liereyy, like, he's getting so close to that town center, but he still never gets hit by it.
Outpost now going up for Liereyy. He wants to see if Hera starts expanding. Hera still does have 3 villagers on the outside. We have to keep that in mind, and Liereyy hasn't gone over there yet, even though he saw the house. So at any moment, Liereyy could just send a couple archers over there and maybe get some additional damage against Hera.
I loved the forward archer range for pressure. I hate the forward archer range if Hera starts to go siege to push that down right now. Liereyy is still massing lots of units. He's wondering what Hera will do, but he's got a 10 villager lead just because Hera's gone up.
He's going to click up soon too, I think.
There, see what he's queuing up here, Hera.
Yeah, Grenadiers.
He's going for Grenadiers. So this unit, it throws bombs, guys, which sounds OP. It can be very, very strong. If the units are spread out, it's weaker because there's a bit of splash damage involved. So let's see. They're also very low HP, so Hera has to be careful not to overextend with them. Yeah, and just like that. Now he's going to jump from the other side. That's actually really good from Liereyy. He jumps on them. We'll see how many units he loses, though.
Yeah, Grenadiers, still a Castle Age unit, right? Liereyy just sitting in Feudal Age. He's trying to delay Hera as long as possible so he can click up. He's got the resources he needs. Just waiting on a little bit of food, but he should be on the way to the Castle Age. Now the question is, how much damage can Hera do with these Castle Age unit and also with the position on the front side of Lierey's eco until Liereyy gets the Castle Age himself.
Because they're both so meta, I feel like there's a very good chance Liereyy hasn't faced up against this unit that many times. He really felt like he was going to completely destroy Hera with that little split maneuver, but Hera's Grenadiers, they're proving their worth so far.
Can Liereyy get another couple of skirmishers? Garrison in the archer range. So far, the young Garrisons have been really nice, whittling away at the HP. Splits around that. Still maybe getting some shots against these. He's looking to kill one. Hera. Can he save the Grenadier? Liereyy, last hit? No.
Let's see if he can get the other 2. But now there's skirmishers in there, and now the rocket carts come out, and now you have to plan for life without an archer range, I think, if you're Liereyy, because this is going to get really dangerous.
I think he's planning for life with a stable.
Yeah.
As he's adding a stable behind. Wood upgrade now on the way for Hera. Wood upgrade, this is probably the latest map for wood upgrades in this tournament, as we've seen people go into Castle Age without it, so it's a good thing that he remembered that. Eco's still very stretched. Hera. Very stretched.
The players are so reliant on the copy bar for so long and the hunt and stuff that they don't have time for farms. So like Hera's going to run out of food and need to switch. Any switch will probably have to be, as we see the rocket carts come out.
Excellent micro from both.
Yeah, seriously.
Double attack round from Hera, double dodge from Liereyy with the skirmishers and staying within minimum range. He's just trying to take out the Grenadiers. Not going to be able to, and he will in fact lose this archer range. Does still have some skirmishers alive, but only 5 seconds away from Castle Age is Liereyy.
I think Liereyy needs space for a proper siege workshop. None of this siege workshop in the back of the base. Yeah, proper siege workshop, he can go for mangonels. And then knights might actually be better suited around the outer region. If we could see Lierey's scouting here, Lierey's got a good understanding of where Hera could go for outer resources if he makes a move.
Armor coming in for Liereyy. Got the outpost on the left side, so if Hera decides to run that way, he'll know. Also getting Town Watch, so really good vision, like you said, on everything that Hera is going to do. Liereyy adding in a rocket card of his own, but Hera can see that.
Hera's making a lot of units right now. And this is what he should do. And like we said, if he wins this, it's suddenly very even, not just in the scoreline, but with the way the draft is situated. But Hera's eco should start to fall off a little bit. And yeah, there's the rocket card. And a beautiful
big
attack
shot.
rounds.
Big shot. Hera knew he was going in a little bit too deep there. You can feel it, right? Like he just kind of backed up as Liereyy just misses that shot there. My question is, where do you send the Knights?
Units from the other side as well, right below this. The Grenadiers are engaging on something, and they all went down. Not exactly as Liereyy drew it up. The Knights, I think, wait for expansion.
I think you go for counter rates with the Knights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hera's micro is so good.
Hera can't see that. He has no idea there's a stable there, let alone Knights. He has no idea. And now he'll see the Knights coming in, and he's going to be like, oh, boy.
But now the rocket card can pop out. And Hera knows, Liereyy knows exactly what's going to happen here. Hera goes for an attack round. He damages his own rocket cart. He can't get a shot off either. And Liereyy is pushing this back entirely.
But good attack rounds there for Hera. Liereyy takes out another rocket cart. He's probably going to lose all of his Knights. Can he get some additional value with it? Excellent micro from Hera there.
So weak.
Unbelievable micro from Hera to take out all of those Knights and still have something alive.
Okay, economies are so bad right now. We need a quick look at their economies. Where's their food? Who has food? I'm not seeing any farms. I'm seeing hunters that are running out of resources. We got villagers going to berries. We got villagers over here. The economies are so weak right now.
That's why I'd like to see the Knights just kind of roam around, right? Lierey's outpost is going to be huge here. Hera's trying to stretch out for stone. Hera will see the outpost, and he's going to be a bit nervous about Liereyy sending those Knights back around that side. Another good shot from Liereyy, just misses the Grenadiers.
Oh, that
one didn't.
That shot was really good, though, because he was always going to lose that rocket cart, and he gets another very nice shot. Micro from Liereyy, impressive. Hera's turn, though. Hera goes for the splits, and Hera's units are weak. Liereyy just needs to save the rocket card, and he will.
Yeah, he can defend his base now, I think, with those two rocket carts. Once again, send the Knights.
The micro has been better for Liereyy so far, in my opinion. And the macro, it's also been better. But for Hera, I think he's still got the potential to push this. Loved what we saw from Liereyy here with the rocket cart micro.
This sequence was sick from Hera, though.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff from him. Really precise attack rounds there with the rocket carts.
Oh, God, we missed Liereyy, lost 2 units.
Another rocket cart. He went one for one. We'll see it again. We're going to spend this whole game on highlights, I guess, over and over again as they trade right there, and then Hera gets another one.
Yeah.
So Hera's on the attack now. Liereyy does have one Knight on the field. I don't know where it is at the moment.
Well, he's got to notice it, and it's really hard to notice it that Hera's on the outside when you're under this much pressure.
Yep.
Your best defense for your outer eco is just offense if you're Hera, and he's kind of locked in again.
Two military right now for Liereyy. One rocket cart, one skirmisher, and a Knight on the go. I mean, the eco is super strange. Hera's eco looks much more comfortable.
At what point does Hera send something to the outside? Like one unit to the outside, he's got to know there's stuff out there.
Oh, it's so close.
I think he is as well, Dave. I think we might have a little bit of action. Yeah, there's some Grenadiers, but the Knight is actually going to go clear that up.
Yeah, the Grenadiers not good at close range. All of those are weak as well. Hera will extend for a second town center. This is also something we have to consider, right? Like, where's Lierey's gold access long term if he gets pushed off that area?
Honestly, you just can't, because this is such an important situation for your economy as a whole. You really need to hold this. I think he needs his own Fire Lancers. Fire Lancers are a really nice addition here. They cost wood and they cost golds, and both civilizations get them.
Liereyy had to be really careful underneath the TC. This is not a great spot to defend with your rocket carts, especially when you have limited gold supply if that town center goes down. Looks like there's 3 Knights here for Liereyy, but one of them's going to die to the Fire Lancer, potentially. Nice save.
That's a crazy save, actually. Yeah, I feel like with the amount of wood and golds, we could see some Fire Lancers. Lierey's going to try Cav Archers. That can't be the play against rocket carts.
Is that for raids?
I mean, he's gonna have to do something away from the rocket cart. So yeah, I would assume it's for raids.
The question is, like, where is even that archer range?
I don't know. It's probably in an insignificant area for the time being. It's in the back, and the rocket carts again are gonna trade 1 for 1. And no, they're not.
No,
Hera
Hera's just
actually
been better.
saves that.
Hera's just been better. It's been tough for Liereyy behind this wood line.
Oh!
Really tough pathing. He gets another one, dude.
That was so good. That was so good. Hera has really turned up the micro. Initially, it felt like Liereyy was kind of styling with the micro, but man, has Hera improved things.
Okay, so this will make things a little bit uncomfortable for Hera. He still doesn't have a woodline really away from that as Liereyy comes in with the Knights. He does have the TC on the other side, though.
The thing is, Dave, the level's so high, you need your rocket cart to attack this when he reacts to the Cav Archers.
Yes.
You can't have them completely separate, so there has to be a counterattack now, and then Hera will look away from this, maybe.
Oh, man, the attack rounds from Hera have just been so on point. Both of them attack rounding the same spot is a sign that they're on the same wavelength.
Hera distracted now.
Where are the rocket carts? Why are they away from the Fire Lancers? 2 rocket carts going down. He won't be able to get a third, but that's a nice snipe from Liereyy, and that's the benefit of having those Cav Archers forward.
Exactly, yeah, that's what he needs to keep doing here. And man, what a back and forth game. It's super close. Eco upgrades are better for Liereyy. The Fire Lancers just don't trust themselves to ever go in towards this rocket cart.
Nice snipe from
and
Hera.
A beautiful
again.
snipe from Hera again.
Amazing job from Hera with the rocket carts.
Dave, you mentioned it, the golds. It's getting real bad for Liereyy right now. He needs to move forward fast, and that Knight can't get away. He's running out of golds.
I mean, at this rate with these attack rounds, I would have thought that Hera already had Siege Engineer.
True, which a Civ can do.
Yeah, exactly. He can get Siege Engineers in the Castle Age, but I mean, he seems to be just one step ahead of Liereyy with these rocket cart engagements, with the attack rounds. Liereyy now behind in villagers for the first time this game, ever since he got that 3-villager lead early. So really, really solid stuff from Hera to push this one back. It looked like Liereyy was just gonna cruise control at some point in this match.
Yeah, but Hera did a really nice job just staying consistent with the production, and I think that's been the issue for Liereyy. It hasn't been the fights as much as he hasn't been able to consistently produce. And Hera also has the better unit mixed in. I think the Fire Lancers are easier to produce. They're more value to protect your siege weapons. And Hera predicts the micro and gets it again, and he's always 1 or 2 numbers up in the military numbers there. And that is the gold income. Tell me he can see that.
Another TC from Hera. That's the 3rd town center this match for him. Still only 1 town center for Liereyy, and Hera sees the gold.
Thing is, the Fire Lancers have a ranged attack, so you can't really wall them out. And the rocket carts are going to be on the way as well. That is the only gold income that Liereyy was planning on. Yeah,
Lierey's got a full commit to this now. It's unfortunate for him as well that there was a hole on the top side of that house. We see the rocket cart coming in from Hera. It's going to get sniped by the rocket cart from Liereyy. Lierey's got that in defense, but I just have no faith in these rocket cart engagements for Liereyy after what we've seen this game.
Yeah, also the Cav Archers lack Bodkin Arrow. There's not really an economy to get Bodkin Arrow, and Hera's now in a state where he doesn't have to push. He's starting to really balance that eco on 3 town centers, and Lierey's desperately on 1.
Look at that 2nd town center for Liereyy. It's right near the town center from Hera. Liereyy doesn't know there's a TC there. He can see a farmer, so maybe he assumes, but he just needs some sort of gold income locked down because the gold at the top side of his original TC is all gone at the moment.
I mean, Hera's got to now decide which area he focuses on. And that might get a little bit confusing. And if he starts to get counterattacked, Chinese can come back here. So let's see what Hera focuses on. He does land a crazy shot there with the rocket cart, but he's moving. Yeah, directly over there. But the distraction pays off again, Dave. That's what Liereyy can use this game.
Damn, getting 2 rocket carts with 1 shot. All the Fire Lancers now going down with the Cav Archers ranging them behind. Good attack round there. 1 rocket cart in exchange for 6 Fire Lancers and 2 rocket carts from Hera. You'll take that trade any day.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do math, but that seems like a pretty good trade right there. 2 TCs for Liereyy as well.
And now 1 military for Hera.
Yeah.
That's how he's been winning this game. Military pressure, military control. He's got the TC over here. That's great. But if Liereyy can snowball an army, it's still well within reach.
They are both so inevitable when they have the lead, unless they're up against the other one, it feels like, right? Like in the semifinals, when these 2 got their leads, they always won. But they also had a comeback or 2 mixed in. Lierey's going to have to notice he doesn't have Bodkin at some point, Dave, because it's looking pretty bad without that upgrade. He's just not doing enough damage.
Jeez, Hera is making rocket carts look so OP this game.
Yeah. Hera, he's supposed to have the eco lead, but that's his eco lead right there, Dave. So things could get dangerous. I think Hera needs to spend those res, get some armor upgrades on his Fire Lancers, get some attack upgrades, get some more buildings out. He's really banking up the resources, but his micro's insane. Look at Liereyy as well. He actually physically reacted there. Could see it on screen. He cannot believe he ran into this.
I mean, I'm not surprised, right? He just keeps losing these trades over and over and over again. Especially with Cav Archers, you would expect Liereyy to dodge it. But Hera's attack round's been so good. And Liereyy lands one at maximum range.
Yo, okay, so there's this scenario called Mangonel Dodgeball. There's not a Rocket Cart version to my knowledge, but Dave and I have played it a lot. That's what this is starting to feel like right now. This is crazy. They're both just taking ridiculous straights. I can't wait to see how many Rocket Carts they've created.
Yeah. I mean, in that scenario, you always get into the phase of like, all right, I've got this guy figured out. You know,
Yeah,
I know what he's going to do.
True.
And then he absolutely dusts your
And there we go again.
There we go again.
But I think if I've learned anything, it's now Lierey's turn. So let's see. And nope, not yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Lierey's going to dominate. Lierey's going to dominate.
It's a 4th TC, by the way, from Hera.
That's crazy.
83 villagers right now. Finally using that res to get some upgrades. Still floating a lot of res. Liereyy has kept himself safe, but only 60 villagers for him.
He is Bodkin on the way now. But Hera's getting handcard here, and he is getting armor. And I've really wanted to see a 2nd and a 3rd barracks for Hera as well. Like, I think the Fire Lancers, if they have a little bit more production and tankiness, pose a much bigger threat here than the Cav Archers.
It's always so frustrating when you attack round something, and you would have had a much better result if you just right-clicked it.
Yep. That's why my plan is to get really good at attack rounds, and then I never have to again. I can just right-click.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
Ballistics on the way for Liereyy. Cav Archer mass is still dangerous, but he only has 6 of them. As he tries to take out another rocket cart from Hera. It's so frustrating. It's so weak. But he does finally take it out.
Hera's about to drop a castle
Double
somewhere.
rocket cart. He's distracted. He's in the market. Still takes out both from Liereyy.
Liereyy will be confident now. He'll run in after this because he realizes he didn't have Bodkin before. Bodkin's a big difference for him. And he splits again, and that rocket cart can go down. More shots here from Hera and from the Fire Lancers too. Hera's dropping the castle on the right here, and there's nothing Liereyy can do about it. Yeah,
Liereyy can't counter that at all. Remember, that's Lierey's only gold near that town center over there. There's a second one that he's maybe taking as well, but it's ranged by the castle. We have the Fire Lancers coming in. The Cav Archers will be able to deal with this, but not before at least one of those rocket carts goes down. Two of them.
And that's without Gambesons. That's without the 2nd armor upgrade. And the unit doesn't cost food. So I think Hera can really be spamming a lot of them. But he's maintained this eco lead, Dave. And Liereyy knows it. And they tap out 1-1.
You were talking about breaking the priority civilizations with a lower civ on the draft. Now, Liereyy did that game 1. Hera's done it game 2. Perfectly balanced 1-1 heading into game 3.
Yeah, if you want an even final, that's exactly what you want. That could have really hurt for Hera if he lost that first game and couldn't rebound there. I like the strategy. And the more I watch this map, the more I feel like Fast Castle just puts the opponent under so much pressure.
Versus 16.
Yeah. I think maybe the difference there is there was always a unit that could protect the rocket carts for Hera.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like the Knights, while there was like 1 or 2 good engagements, I just feel like the Knights didn't offer nearly as much. Even the Cav Archers didn't offer as much as the Fire Lancers Hera had.
I think Liereyy could have made a justification for sending the Knights into Hera's eco.
He
saw where those 3 villagers were on the right. Knight could get there pretty quickly, right? Maybe send the Knights to the woodline or the gold and just distract. Then you get a better engagement with the rocket carts.
Yeah, I've just seen so many games on this. And it's like, people have really good attempts in Feudal Age. I guess we're not going to see it again for a while because this is the final of this event. But Fast Castle is just really, really strong there. Well played. I like this tower from Hera. He was always planning on having to push heavy military. There's nothing wrong with just freeing up your gold. And there's other rocket cart civs, but the Jurchens just feel nice because you save so much of that food underneath your TC.
Yeah, we had all the Grenadiers being saved early against the skirms too.
So
they were there to protect the rocket carts. This was a big shot from Liereyy though. That was a nice job.
It's pretty cool, dude. It was what, 16 versus 17 in terms of rocket cart numbers. That was amazing. The one thing that Liereyy did a great job of though was distracting Hera. That worked. But if he wasn't distracting Hera, then Hera would always have the better engagements, it felt.
Like that push with the Knights, maybe a little bit impatient, right? Good rocket cart snipes again from Hera.
But like if you have a Fire Lancer or 2 there, it just feels like it's so much. You have that little range damage you can use. The bigger thing for me is just there was just no food for Liereyy the entire game. He didn't have Bodkin. It was tough to make the Knights. Another big shot there from Hera. And behind it, Hera just improved his economy. Eventually got to the castle, of course. Liereyy could have probably played on a little bit longer, but I think he realized his eco was.
I mean, Hera had 50 plus villagers at the end there. So
I don't know how common it is. We've seen Liereyy in finals a lot. I can't remember too many times I've seen him like physically react with some frustration like he did with some of these shots from Hera. So he might need to resettle his mind a little bit here.
It's an excellent castle from Hera as well, shutting down the gold on the right from Liereyy. While he's putting the castle down, of course, he's taking out more rocket cards from Liereyy.
Yep.
And damaging the Cav Archers. We're about to head into game 3 here, folks. It's Lierey's pick now. Won the first game. Hera gets the second one. And where does Liereyy go? It looks like Fernando de Noronha. It's going to be the water map.
I'm just so curious about the draft. I'm such a nerd. I'm thinking about draft priority more than the games. But, like, game 1, Hera loses with number 1 pick.
Yep.
Game 2, Liereyy loses with number 2 pick. Now we go game 3. I'm thinking it has to be number 1 pick for Liereyy. And then it's going to be like number 6 pick for Hera, right? Because like Vikings are insane on island maps. It feels like, in my opinion, they're the best. Celts might be in the top 5 though. People have been taking a lot of good wins with them.
Yeah, I mean, Celts is just, you get that extra wood income and then you just spam units.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it. I think when I talked to Andy and he was talking about his match, Celts versus Vikings against Hera, he actually felt good about the Celts even after the loss. He just made a mistake on when he went up to Castle Age. And felt like he should have spammed more units.
And Hera just played Celts. I think it was against Dravidians in his semifinal. And I think it's very easy to just look at that in the time we had in between and just be like, okay. Because I think he felt good. He had a good position. Like, where do I need to tweak things? In that game, maybe a slightly faster Castle Age, and he still ends up winning. So, yeah, it's a fun one, guys. But we're not going to see too many ships in this semifinal. These players like their lands, but we were right on the Civ suggestions here, or the Civ guesses. It will be Hera playing as the Celts, which has been kind of a new addition on the water maps here. And then we got the Vikings for Liereyy. I think that the Vikings are superior, but the Celt wood chopping bonus is pretty insane if you can end the game early.
And I think the Celts just make the game a little bit simpler as well, right? You just spam Hulks, you spam Fires.
Yep.
If you absolutely have to add in the War Galleys or the Galleys or whatever, you do it behind if your opponent is going to mass amounts of Hulks, which the Vikings can also do for a discount. But Celts just simplify the game, and you always have the wood.
Yeah. So we're going to have to talk about whales. The whale in the room here, because some players have been skipping them. Hera's actually been skipping these whales, and he's been going for a mining camp on gold. But I think in his other series, he didn't end up docking the front. And we've got a dock kind of on the side from Liereyy, but from his perspective, he might think it's more forward. And the dock on the front there from Hera.
I think it's close enough, right? And a dock on the side is more likely to be closer to the whales than the dock super forward. It's kind of like in between the island and the shoreline, right? So the whales are consistently on the sides of your island. I think the priority from Hera to not take the whales is more like, if I get pushed early by Navy, and I'm prioritizing taking gold from the whales and I don't have the mining camp, if I get pushed off the whales, I can't make any Navy at all.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, on some level, you would hope that Hera would have the ability to adapt to that, but I think something that Hera does really well is he doesn't take any risks, and I think that could possibly be a risk here. It's been interesting to discuss it. You know, I've talked to Hart quite a bit, who predicted that this would go to 7 games, by the way. And he's close friends and teammates with both, so I won't say which way he said, but yeah, Hart seems to really, really believe that integrating the whales into your build order is just a better way of getting the additional docks up later because you can have more on wood. But the whales are still new, you know? And every map that incorporates them is slightly different than this.
Did Liereyy bring in the Javelinas with his scout?
I can't.
Hera did. He brought in both of them. Okay, so Hera's scout is quite weak. Probably won't matter here.
It's cute. And it should give you a slight eco lead, but I don't really know how much it matters, to be honest. It tells us, though, Hera doesn't think that landing is going to be a possibility. He just thinks he needs to win water here, so.
Feudal Age on the way first for Hera. He shifts all of his villagers off of food. He is going to put them on wood. He's going to put them on gold, and he's just going to go full Navy production. Lierey's going to click up now. Remember, he has the ship discount, but Hera has the faster wood chopping.
This is maybe a very weird thing to say, but I think it's relevant. I think Lierey's wood situation is a little awkward in terms of where to place the lumber camps. I don't love that wood line. Don't love that wood line. The other one's near the stone. The other one's kind of blocked up by another stone. I think I'm just talking I think I shouldn't have brought this up.
Yeah,
But
you're weird.
it just bothers me compared to Hera's
I
woodlands.
agree. That one's a little too close to the shoreline, and the other one, the stones and the golds are griefing him a little bit. But at the end of the day, I don't think Liereyy would even notice.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I think Liereyy might, but he did notice the whales, or at least I think he will. We'll see if he moves that way. And yeah, he knows the whale is there. So what I've been seeing, because you don't get loom, so you have 100 gold, you shift over to the whales kind of right before you hit feudal, just like Hera did.
Yeah.
So Hera will take them now.
Is that 3 docks for Hera? Yeah, 3rd dock coming up. Still only 2 on food. You just need enough food to keep the villagers coming out and to get fletching eventually if you're going to go for galleys. Should be fine, though, since he's actually opening galleys. Interesting. I thought he would open a Hulk or Fire.
We've seen some games where how quickly you find the enemy can snowball this so hard. Like if Hera goes directly where the docks are for Liereyy, Liereyy could actually have a little bit of a problem. But if Liereyy has an extra 30 seconds to wait for his fires, he's completely fine. So there's a little bit of luck involved. Usually it evens out. I think it's likely Hera actually goes the wrong way from what I'm seeing right now.
Well, if you're the Vikings player and you're playing up against the Celts, are you wanting those docks forward? Like, where does Hera think the docks are going to be? On the side? In a forward position?
Well, he's thinking forward, but it is on the side, yeah.
Oh, he's going to the other side, so it's a long way around for Hera. Those will be annoying if he keeps going eventually for Liereyy. They will show up in his fish when they're probably fighting in the center. But that means that Liereyy can come forward with his fires, and Hera's going to have basically a full navy full of galleys at the moment. And the fires hard counter those. However, Hera now queuing into a few fire galleys behind that.
So I talked about it with T West. We haven't had a chance to talk about it ourselves yet. It's been crazy to me just how many docks we're seeing.
Yeah.
Because the fires can take down the docks so fast, people aren't just going 3 docks and like min-maxing and just getting to Castle Age with the market. Like we're seeing 5 and 6 dock production here. So I expect big numbers, and I also don't expect a single Hulk at this point. There's too many galleys, there's too many fires, and people seem to love those fires as Liereyy snipes his ship there. Well played.
Yeah, nice job there for Liereyy. He's also adding in galleys behind this. So this oftentimes happens, right? The player who opens, as he's housed right now, should be able to get that sorted out. The player who oftentimes opens galleys, 5 minutes from when they open galleys, they'll have less than their opponent, right? Because their opponent goes hard into fires, then they go hard into fires themselves, and then their opponent senses a timing window to go back into galleys, although Liereyy now that he's getting to 5 is going to add in fire galleys. It's a constant like kind of tic-tac-toe between the two of them.
Yeah, forgive me viewers and forgive me vodka, but I need to just see the scouting from Hera. Did he come back with those galleys? I think he did. Those galleys, okay, so he actually decided, let's not waste the opportunity to go back there. I think that's smart, because past a certain point, you need to have all your ships together here. And that is dock number 4 from Hera, I believe.
I think so.
And I think it's already 4 for Liereyy as well. So big ship production from them. And it's an even mix right now, but no fletching yet for Lierey's galleys.
So if this does carry on, and it's kind of a stalemate, right? And we just keep slowly building up, and I'm assuming they both click up to Castle Age around the same time, it should be heavy advantage for Vikings.
I think so. But I think in the event, it becomes a heavy advantage if they can turn this into longboats. And they only turn this into longboats if they can somehow keep the galley number down. Now, people are going to be like, wait, what, galleys? I thought fires countered them. But in my opinion right now, longboats actually shred fires. Both players engaging here. Hera had a really good stack, though. All his ships were engaging. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think this fight is... I think it's better for Hera.
It's even HP. It's even. Just look at the HP bar. It gets very confusing when the ships are stacked on top of each other, but it's almost completely even on the HP, and now Liereyy has defensive advantage here. His reinforcements are getting in quicker. He's got 5 galleys. Hera's only got 3. Liereyy has more fire galleys in support, and Hera's going to have to wait for his reinforcements to come in. So it's actually advantage Liereyy there. Very confusing fight.
I've got a new theory, and there's no better time for this theory to be completely ruined and embarrass myself than in the finals. First person to build the market loses. That's my theory here, because I am all on board on just huge ship numbers, and I feel like even 5 docks could push because you can just smash people's production. Again, I'll probably embarrass myself, but I really feel like any other time in our water meta, we'd see markets before a 5th and 6th dock.
Yeah. 5th dock.
5th dock.
For Hera.
It's crazy.
Let's see if we get a 5th one for Liereyy as well. I think he's still sitting on 4. He's still producing from 4. Fire Galleys stacking against Fire Galleys. Would love to see demos in the meta right now because they could go crazy over there. But Liereyy is full focus on the Fire Galley mass from Hera. Once again, I am simply HP bar watching. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, man. I mean, they're clearly shifting a little bit more towards the Fires, right? Like, the Fires seem to be dominating, but you can't lose your Galleys because the second you do, a Hulk switch can come in, and then you get completely wiped. So that ratio is still really important. Still not a market from either player. Still with crazy production.
4 docks versus 5.
Hera's actually on 5 docks right now.
4 docks versus 5.
Market.
Hera goes for the market. Okay, he's done.
He's done. GG.
He's done.
GG.
It's over. Game 4 coming up next.
I acknowledge the statement was stupid. All right.
No, I think there's validity to that statement.
Yeah.
I really think that there is because you know, I've talked to some players
Well,
that
look,
have
he's
lost.
not producing. He's not queuing out of all of his docks because he built it, right?
I've talked to some players that have lost on this map, and they always say like, I made a mistake. I went up too early.
Yeah, it happened with players against Hera, right? Hera won because he produced, but then he did just come out of a semifinal where he did do a really good job producing, and then he was late to Castle Age. So maybe you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Market
Maybe this is the
Liereyy.
Vikings difference. But look at that is
I mean, but
pretty much
look at
just
the resources for Hera here.
Yeah.
He just bought 200 food, and he's only got 400 food in the bank. I mean, Lierey's way more consistent with the resources to click up.
Yeah. I mean, you do save a lot of resources on Viking docks, Viking ships, and then the Celts have the greater resource income with the wood, but there goes Liereyy on the way up.
Is Hera close?
Oh, it's painful.
He had to cancel his queue?
The score dip, by the way, bottom right, that'll tell Hera that Lierey's up. I think he idles here. I think you stop producing bills.
Well, Hera's going to try and come in because he expects Liereyy to have a smaller navy than him. But if you look at the military count, it's actually superior for Liereyy, as we see them both at 1,500 to 1,600 HP.
Dave is not looking at the battle at all.
Bottom of the screen, baby.
But hey, viewers,
1491 versus 1497.
viewers, you can look at the fight. We'll look at the HP. Don't you worry. We've got you covered here.
Now, this is a fight for Liereyy.
It's also really hard to do this in-game. You can't select all the HP bars for the enemy. So
Exactly. This is a clear up for Liereyy.
yeah, it does feel like it. And Hera's on the wrong side of the island, too. He can't come back. He's committed now, or he gets chased down, which
Committed
could be really,
with
really
what?
bad.
2 weak fire galleys?
Yeah, well, I meant you can't retreat. KD's even here. Hera's still not up, Dave. He still hasn't clicked up. The micro's been there, the production's been there, but Liereyy just slightly better. Kind of reminds me of game number 1. They're doing very similar things, but Liereyy seems to have maybe the slightly better management if they are both going for the same thing.
Can we look at Lierey's eco at home?
Food collected later, but Hera's going to see that, and that's bad.
That's really bad,
That's
especially
bad.
when you're playing Celts here against Vikings, right?
Yeah.
You want to have the initiative. You want to be the one pushing, killing his docks. Unfortunately for Hera, he's in a situation where Liereyy just has cheaper ships. Lierey's going to have more military coming forward, and Lierey's going to have a significant timing advantage to these upgrades.
Viewers, go ahead and guess how many docks Hera has when he makes it to Castle Age, because I'm going to go with 2 or something, because Hera can't fight because has worse units, and if he doesn't fight, his docks go down. So there's 1 gone, and
Instantly.
now and now he's going to have to just rebuild them all the time.
University also going up for Liereyy. He'll probably prioritize the speed upgrades
I'd go
from his
Siphons
university.
as well.
Actually, Siphons is really good because you're working away on killing Hera's docks.
Yeah.
That's dock number 2. He had 5 to begin with. He's also working on 1 in the north. Perfectly comfortable taking this fight right here with the upgraded ships. And if you're an HP watcher, I mean, look away because Liereyy is clearing up this fight and Hera will have nowhere to go.
I mean, you might as well, right? You might as well take that fight if you're Hera. The game is over at that point. Liereyy bounces back. And so Liereyy wins with his number 1 civ. Hera took a risk, picked 6 to try and win with the Celts. It didn't work out, but I gotta say, like, it kind of felt like they were mirroring each other, except for the Castle Age time.
Yeah.
So can we see resources collected, food count maybe?
Never make a market
Yeah.
first. Always second.
I mean, he collected 600 more food. Hera collected more wood and more
I think it
gold.
was the deer. I think he probably just had 2-3 villagers on the deer. He took a couple of them. The berries, the shorefish.
It's tough. I will tell you that, like, sometimes these maps where you hard commit your resources onto heavy wood, heavy gold, it feels a little mindless. And I think for viewers as well, they probably think, like, it's just brainless. You just spam boats, right? But there is some logic to it, and that level of macro there was the difference.
Fantastic job there from Liereyy, getting a win with his first Civilization pick. Hera tried to go and break another early Civ pick with something that was late in his draft. It worked for him on the previous game, but doesn't work here. We actually get a short one. All things considered on this map.
Super close. You can see now 14 on food for Liereyy, 8 on food for Hera.
Yep.
So Hera just went too heavy on the wood and gold, which is maybe an option if you can use the market, but he kind of tried that, and it didn't work. And Liereyy, I think, was also a little fortunate that Hera went to the wrong side with those first 2 galleys.
Did Liereyy lose a single galley that game?
I'm not sure, man. It didn't really feel like it.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I think he went up to 5 galleys, and he just stayed there.
Yeah.
Watch him lose a galley right here.
Also, Hera fires on
he lost one.
Nice call out, Dave. Nice call out. Everyone's very impressed. I mean, again, it feels like a Game 7 type of final to me, because so far, every time I see a player lose, I'm like, all right, that's fine as long as they get the next win. And Hera, it's going to be on him now to try and turn this around. And I would say Tepui would make a lot of sense because he's got Burgundians, his number 2 pick. And Liereyy, I'm not really sure what he'll play there, Dave. Like, Romans we've seen. We saw Andy try the Scorpion play, but I don't really think the Scorpion build is good for Liereyy. Or he's not really a fast castler. What else can you do? We've seen, like, heavy man-at-arms.
You can play Georgians on that map, I think.
Okay.
I think there's an argument to play Saracens if you're going to try something a little bit new, right?
Dravidians, maybe? Man-at-arms?
Dravidians is a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, where else are you going to use that? Lensois Mariensis,
I think that map, it's pretty damn strong as well. I don't know. But yeah, guys, we are here. Best of 7 in Brazil. It's been a good one so far. These players, it's like, in 7 games, they'll have like 1 or 2 super late game bangers.
Yeah.
But then the others, it's like...
Snap, just fast.
Yeah, I compare it to like tennis, where it's like one guy's serve, and he like never loses on his serve, right? And that's kind of what it feels like. So it's been fun. Liereyy warming up the hands. Apparently, it's a little chilly on the stage. That's what I've heard from a player or 2.
It's winter here in Brazil.
Yeah, true. True, it is.
Jordan Chance going through the crowd. People appreciate him. I think Jordan's going to have to head out pretty soon.
Typical Jordan. It's Jordan's bedtime, guys.
Yeah. No, it's his flight time.
Yeah, true.
I think he might be taking the same flight with Viper and Tato. I told Viper, you're not going to have any friends. If Norway wins, you're not going to have any friends at the customs. Leaving the country.
What was the result of that game? Should we bring it up?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we should touch on that.
I don't think so, dude. I know any Brazilians out there, I know how you feel, okay?
Yeah,
Canada struggled yesterday.
Yes, because Canada has such a bright future in the sport and such high expectations.
I'm trying to relate to the people.
Sorry. My bad. That was a low blow. We're going to move in to the next game here shortly. And I've actually been told that Hera is checking the World Cup score right now.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. He wouldn't know.
Okay. Well,
he wants to find out.
Yeah, all right. Well, we've got our little break here. Let's just try and speculate on what Hera might want to go for. To me, he's actually like the map that he was able to win. It was pretty close quarters. So against ACCM, I was saying to T West, I'm like, if I'm Hera, I want some distance between us, dude, right?
Yeah.
But they were very close together. Hera got the aggression early, and it worked well. So I'd go Tepui, man. Tepui Burgundians, that civ has looked so good. And there's not a clear civilization that Liereyy has on the other side.
You sure you don't want to like slow it down and just go for that long, grindy game? I feel like we've been talking about that one game that Hera maybe shouldn't win in every Hera versus Liereyy set.
Yeah.
And that it's usually an hour and a half long, boomy game. I'm looking at that park map, right? It's generally a very, very boomy situation as we see Tepui. So you were right. Hera picks Tepui. Liereyy playing as the Georgians. Hera picking the Sicilians, which he lost to.
Yeah.
Against ACCM in the previous set.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised. I assumed Burgundians was going to be played here, but I didn't see Sicilians at the tail end of the draft from Hera. So, yeah, he obviously knows how strong it is because of that loss. And, yeah, Hera's in the blue. Reminder, though, all your wood, all your berries, all your gold, all your stone is somewhat forward here. So it is very, very difficult to keep yourself protected. Though I will say Hera's got like kind of the side wood. And if he walls from the other wood line right in front of the gold, I could see himself having some safe resources there.
Yeah, he could potentially wall himself off, but the resources are just so brutal. Even with the donjon to protect you,
Yeah.
there's just so many open spaces on this map. Wood is probably the biggest concern out of everything. Initially, your concern is maybe gold or stone, but as the map progresses, we've seen so many players, especially Mr. Yo, that one game without wood for about 6 minutes.
Yeah,
at
seriously.
the end when he was playing Byzantines, and it's just rough.
I don't think we should forget about the potential to add some churches later.
Yes.
If this game goes late, right? The churches can defend. They can also help push. I don't think it's as likely, but it is doable. Do also want to see, does Liereyy have a mill yet? Because if he doesn't have the mill, okay, he does. The reason I was concerned here, you need 2 buildings. And I had a game not so long ago where I tried to go all on food, didn't build a mill, and then I couldn't go feudal age. So
Bad.
we're good. We're good. Lierey's fine. And he's going up 17. No way 17 pop's doable.
17 pop with Georgians?
No way.
I
That's
think it
doable.
is.
No way,
I
dude.
think it is.
No
Let's see him drop
way.
off the food. Pop, bing!
Wow.
Up to the feudal age, 17 pop. How much idle TC? Read that out for me.
That is a 0, 0, 0.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Viper is saying goodbye. And he said, don't talk about it. But see you, Viper. Love you, bro. Take care. This uptime gives you an opportunity to get ahead of the Sicilians.
Yeah.
Because not only do they not have any eco bonuses like the Georgians, but you need to build the donjon. You need to wait till you're in feudal age. So I like the play. I haven't seen it yet. I'm still questioning how fast it is. I feel like you can't go for scouts because you're not going to have the food. But super fast archers, hold the map, could make a lot of sense for Liereyy here.
I heard about half of what you were saying because the look that Dogao gave Viper when he said goodbye. Disgusting. Oh, man.
Well, knowing Viper, I'm sure he had a joke to crack there.
Yeah.
So
Super fast archers, though. That's where you were going.
I think
I think it could do a lot of damage, right? Like scouts can always be quick walled out, gives you some element of map control, but archers are also just like way more consistent against the sergeant play, especially
ready?
once you get fletching.
This is what we call an anti-hype moment, right? This is the fastest feudal age I've seen in this entire tournament on this map.
Yeah.
Watch Hera's reaction. He's going to freak. Ready? 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 Yeah, like I said, anti-hype moment. No reaction. But he does run away, so there's that.
I mean, his scout taking a little bit of extra damage. He's still building the donjon at the front side there. We're going to have a villager walling up a little bit. And like you said, the walls come down easy with that map setup from Hera.
I'm really surprised Hera's gone double lumber camp as well. Like that is a build you go for when you've got space and time. And Hera tries to get the trap. But
Trying to get a little spicy here.
There's the donjon, and the donjon's really nice, actually. It protects the berries and the gold at the same time, so that's even better than the one that we were able to see from ACCM.
Out there taking the foxes is the villager. I mean, the foxes are such an important part of this map.
Yeah.
Players usually have just one roving villager around the edge trying to find all of those, and it brings in gold so quickly. Now, Hera still going for the archer range behind the sergeants and still ahead on resources collected too. So much more consistent eco for him. It's a tough build for Liereyy. Going up 17 pop.
This is just so... It's so much harder for Liereyy now because Hera's walled and Hera's got the donjon and the map's so freaking small you can't do any damage anywhere else. Hera going for the block. There's also the blacksmith villager here, but you see the confidence Liereyy had.
Yeah,
in that
if
fight.
anyone can pull this off, like having 2 archers on the field and feeling like you're in the dominant position is probably Liereyy.
Yeah. I like that from Liereyy. He doesn't get too desperate. He goes, go ahead, go heal that. I know it'll take 10 minutes.
It'll take forever in that
Yeah.
donjon.
Yeah.
And fletching is on the way for Liereyy. So now he can pick away at the wood line. Then he knows Hera's walled too. He can avoid that donjon because it will be protecting the gold and the berries there. But wood is still going to be an issue. One big thing about Sicilians on this map, because there's such a lack of wood, that farm upgrade means a lot. Those farms are going to last forever. If we can click on one of the newly built farms just to show people like how much food is available, we'll watch it once it completes here. With the farm upgrade with Sicilians, I mean, Hera's going to have 344 food.
That's a lot. The donjon's defensive. Very nice for Hera. The eco's walled. And he could even move forward with sergeants at some point.
I think the only thing I don't like for Hera in this map right now is that Liereyy has a bigger group of range units.
Agreed.
And Liereyy is going to dominate the map, and Hera's going to have to catch up with his skirmisher count at some point. I love the walls, I love the donjon, love the farms, love the way the eco is setting up for him, but like Liereyy with map control with a big group of range units makes me incredibly nervous.
You know what ACCM did when Hera was in a situation like this? He immediately countered him. He says, okay, I'm basically walled, you're not, and you're coming to my base, and he counterattacked right now. But let's see if Hera ends up doing that here, or if Hera reacts.
No. No hole from Hera. Bunch of weak villagers. He gets pulled away from the Wood Knight. Now going on to the Blacksmith, slowly massing his skirmishers behind. It's 28 villagers for Hera, 28 villagers for Liereyy. So only 8 seconds idle TC time difference. It's so close. I mean, look, I've been watching the res collected. It hasn't really moved more than like 20 difference the entire time.
Look at Lierey's scout right now. Liereyy is thinking he could counter me. I need to know if he's coming to my base. He misses the sergeants though. So the sergeants are going to go in. It's actually a really good call from Hera.
Are those the weak ones from before though?
Well, they're not so weak anymore.
Yeah, one of them's about half HP. Liereyy fully focused on these skirmishers, dodging the shots from the donjons, still keeping his weak scout alive, but the sergeants are attacking the wood line behind. Does Liereyy notice this? Yeah, looks like he's pulling away the villagers now, trying to fight those, but they're actually pretty decent against villagers.
Also, same time, Archer went over, very wise, and that's going to just poke. I think Hera will send some units over. Liereyy also comes back here. He drops some houses and palisades, and Hera's clearly going after the Archer.
Rare moment here for Hera, not watching his units forward, and Liereyy gets a lot of damage against those, and that's the counterattack. That's the distraction from Hera, just dying for free.
But this is also the level. The KD is 2-1, and we've gotten that excited.
Huge advantage for Liereyy.
The KD is 2-1, and it's like unbelievable that this has happened so far.
It's also unbelievable how consistent Liereyy is. Like, you see all this stuff, taking all these fights, and then I just look up at the resource bar for him.
Yeah.
Like 200 gold,
so
300 food.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Watch his wood spend. Watch the wood spend from both. We actually have the market there. But like they spend their wood so quickly on farms and on military. And it really is how you spend your wood in AoE too that separates players, right? Because to get food income, it's farms. To get siege, to get archers, so much of it is wood town centers. So
Hera's still not on gold either.
Yeah. You know that, and also he's not only is he not on gold, but he's not really floating enough stone to sell either because he built the donjon as well. Well, Lierey's like, kill my scout. Just kidding.
Dude, I wonder if that was deliberate. I don't think the first one was, but he definitely waited there until Hera fired.
There's nothing more fun as a caster than expecting that, right? Like we can say that and know with certainty that scout is going to get moved.
All right, so the market is up for Liereyy. He actually buys wood instead with the market. Wheelbarrow coming in for Hera, and Hera's on gold, so the uptimes aren't actually going to be that different for these two.
Hera, though, if he just doesn't die with Horsecollar with Sicilians, he will float so much wood.
Yeah.
He will be in such a good spot. So I think this is actually fine for him. He just needs to have a competitive time, and honestly, as we've been waiting, he's going to have a very competitive time even without the market here.
Yeah. Liereyy didn't really hammer the market early. There we go. He sells the stone. He's on the way up to the Castle Age. Hera's only going to be about 30 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
Like, not that far at all. And Hera's actually taken some pretty good engagements with the skirmishers. The KD is a whopping 4-2 now after they've been fighting the entire game.
Frustrating for Hera. If you went to go a little bit faster, he's probably already on the way up.
Yeah.
But he'll get there. He's dropping off now. And just ever so slightly delayed based on what he would have wanted. And there he goes.
Yeah, about 40 seconds.
That's nothing.
Nope.
That's nothing. And I still think Hera's base is like super OP right now. He's got the walls. Lierey's got to shift the wood line, which is fine. Both players now going to add a statement because they know that with the amount of skirmishers out, the Knights could be very strong.
Liereyy could make fortified churches to protect his base, but the issue is going to be what you mentioned before, spending the wood on the farms.
Yeah.
Right? Like keeping that food income going, whereas Hera has all this food available on those Sicilian farms. Lierey's just going to have to keep reseeding them, and he still doesn't even have Horsecollar.
Yeah, and I think there's an argument to get
4,400 food on the farms from Hera.
Versus what?
Let's click the farms from Liereyy.
Yeah, 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah, Liereyy needs to win this game in the first 2 minutes. He needs to really force the issue. Now, skirms lead to Knights. Knights are going to lead to Monks. And then the skirms actually then become the monk snipers. That's how these two will play this most likely.
I think Liereyy wanted to go for a
siege
forward
workshop.
siege
Yeah.
somewhere. He's got these 2 villagers out here in a random position, and Hera's going to see those. And that'll kind of put Hera on notice on what Liereyy was planning. Bodkin arrow now on the way for Liereyy as he reaches the castle age. Armor coming in for Hera as well. Resources for Hera looking phenomenal when he gets there. He's going to be able to produce right away, and he's got double Sable.
Yeah, I think that Liereyy should sense this, but he hasn't scouted it yet, so we really don't know.
Where's the wood for Liereyy? Did that just go into reseeding his farms? Like where
Elite
is
skirm. Elite skirm.
Elite
Yeah.
skirm, okay.
But I mean, siege is not an option here, Dave. Unless you buy and sell some res. Like siege, monastery, that takes some time.
It's not going to happen. He's only got 8 on wood.
Yeah. So looking good for Hera right now, if you ask me. If Hera can just conserve his numbers, get these skirm upgrades, mass a couple knights. There's no monk set or anything from Liereyy yet. The Sicilian farms are looking real good for Hera.
+2 armor coming in for Liereyy.
What's Leary's vills doing on the right? We got 4 vills in the middle now.
I have no idea. Were those fox villagers? Were they chicken villagers? I have no idea what they were doing
This
over
is
there.
Hera's gold income. So he has the food and he has the wood, but this is his gold income. And not sure what those vills were doing, but +2 armor's on the way for Liereyy, and his knights do regenerate a lot faster. So no regeneration at all for Hera. And yeah, the vills maybe over there getting some food.
I am wondering why you prioritize +2 armor.
I think that the dungeon really makes you scared.
Okay.
I don't love it over the numbers, but I think if you have monks, you don't need +2. If you don't have monks, you probably need +2, at least right now.
There's the first fortified church from Liereyy. Still no siege workshop for him. He was just really, really strained on wood. Hera had plenty of resources available. Hera's going to take the fight. He's going to snipe a villager. +2 armor is in for the cavalry from Liereyy, so there's an advantage there over Hera as the blocks come in, and Hera's still trying to snipe the villagers, but Lierey's trying to take out the knight. Another villager goes down.
Yeah, I actually thought that Liereyy was trying to block the knight so Hera couldn't escape and get the healing. Maybe I'm wrong there. Monks are in there somewhere from Hera. And
3
Hera
villager
saves
kills.
those weak knights. Really good save.
Yeah, really, really good healing from Hera, as always. 3 villager kills from him in that sequence. The fortified church is up. The monks can come out, maybe get some relics, but Lierey's still really far behind. Look at the food count from Hera. Early wheelbarrow with all those farms still working. It is insane.
Yeah, Hera, if he recognizes this, shouldn't actually push that much. He should just hold. He should wait for the bigger mass. But he's kind of getting pushed here,
Whoa.
and he won't stop to convert because he's scared he's going to lose his monk. That's brutal.
Hera maybe a bit upset with the way that those skirms ejected out of that dungeon. I mean, it gave Liereyy a bunch of free kills on those. And like you said, the skirms become monk snipers. Liereyy is here with +2 knights. He's got the skirms under the dungeon. I mean, by all accounts, Liereyy should be, you know, behind in this game, but that one moment, Hera gave him a little bit of space. Lierey's been taking advantage.
The fact that Hera has a market to sell and the fact that he is still on that other gold means he's okay here. He can still produce some units. He's actually whittled down the skirms, which means now his monks become a lot more useful. It's really nice hold. The dungeon, again, just pays off so nicely. If he doesn't have that there, it could be game ending.
Lierey's sniping the relic forward while he had a chance. He's also going for a fortified church behind. That'll boost his eco, plus give his villagers somewhere to hang out if the raids come in. 7 knights, double stable production for Hera. Now it's 9 versus 8 knights, 1 stable production for Liereyy, and the upgrades are about to be even here as the second armor comes in for Liereyy.
I think we're going to see Liereyy sell the stone. I think a lot of market gets used here, and I think we're going to see both players remain very tunnel visioned. There are abilities, there's areas to raid the sides, like Hera in the north is very exposed, but Liereyy can't move anything out of the middle, otherwise he just dies, right? So it's going to come into one big fight, and monks might swing it. There are more monks out there for Liereyy, but on the flip side, Hera's got more skirms to snipe those monks.
Second relic coming in now for Liereyy.
Oh, the monks. The monks. Oh, Hera didn't
Monks
fire.
can hop inside. One of them did go down. Skirmishers are still hanging out, ready to snipe those monks.
Hera's waiting
Upgrades
for
are
him.
even now.
Hera's waiting for him. He doubled back. He knows that there has to be conversions. Otherwise, Lierey's in trouble. And the skirmishers just being there means the monks can't convert, and Hera has the numbers and the upgrades.
Monks hop out now. Lierey's still trying to get conversions, but Hera is waiting. Like you said, he's sniping the monks down. Another fortified church for Liereyy, but he's behind on eco, significantly behind on military, and he doesn't have the upgrade advantage anymore, and he's going to tap out, call the GG 2-2. We're going to a game number 5. This has just been neck and neck the whole way.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, I have experienced deja vu for the 12th time in the last 3 years, or 2 years. Like, it's just back and forth.
We've been here before.
We've been here before, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But ultimately, while the feudal age time was impressive from Liereyy, he didn't do anything with it because Hera set himself up so defensively.
Yeah.
And if the Sicilians can place that many farms with horse collar, they're always going to be in a better position there. So very well played. And I don't think there's been any major surprises from either of them.
No.
They know each other very well. Maybe here, like maybe Liereyy goes for that one kill and things are slightly different, but I didn't have an issue with that, to be honest.
I don't really think so. I don't think that Sergeant really added that much, right? It just died in the back of Lierey's eco. I think it was just the walls, the later uptime for Hera, more consistent economy, and just the fast archers didn't do enough.
I find with other civs, there's too much to wall.
Yeah.
So you can wall like part of it, but then some of your eco's exposed.
But the donjon protects so much.
Correct. So here with Sicilians, you have the donjon, and then you just partially wall somewhere else, and then your opponent's out of luck. And that's what Hera experienced against ACCM. So this is a good start for Hera. Those knight saves was very nice from him, and this was also some nice patient play. It looked rough initially, but he just had so much more production.
Yeah, Liereyy hung out underneath that donjon with these scrims for so long. It's like he didn't know he was being fired on by the donjon. He lost so many of these scrims.
Well, also, you're thinking about your knights there, but look what the donjon focused. It focused the skirms, and once the skirms were gone, then the monks for Liereyy were useless. So that was pretty smart from him.
And then by this fight, I mean, it's already over.
Yeah, it's already over.
Hera's spamming from 2 TCs.
Look, he doubles back. He doubles back because he knows the monks will eject, and the monks can't get the conversions. Beautiful play there from Hera. And now we're down to a best of 3 for the finals. And it's been a long day. Both players had to win best of 7s. They will take their, well, I thought they were taking a planned break.
I think Hera's gone, but Lierey's still there.
Yeah,
I believe.
It is planned break time, so we may have a little bit until we get into the next game. But the map's coming up. We got Park. That's the one map remaining on Hera's side.
Park do what?
Park do you say it?
Park, do you say it? That's not what I'm reading.
That's what
there.
I'm reading right there.
No, you first, by all means.
Parte Iparanga.
Hey, there we go.
Parque do. What I said the first time.
That's the one.
Série de Carajas is the other map.
Carajas.
And then the other one.
Lençóis Maranhenses. I'm close.
You did a really good job.
We
close. Actually had like a little powwow pep talk on how to pronounce some of these maps.
Yeah.
And Dave said, don't worry, no matter how bad you do, T90 will make you feel very good about yourself. So always so supportive, you know?
Game 5, where are we going?
Lierey's got 2 maps. I'm trying to think. Hera's wins so far. Pretty much standard land on the Nomad map. That map right there, standard land. And Lierey's win was standard land. I don't know. I think the draft gets a little bit more interesting now.
Yeah.
Because Hera's got Burgundians and Persians and Malay. Like, he's got 3 really top picks. For Liereyy, he only has Dravidians at the top of the board. So that doesn't look great. I think you try and get the win with Dravidians right now, and I think that's probably on Lençois. I think you get the docks down. The thing I want to look for there is, does Hera Vil Rush? Because he went for Loom and the forward scout to Vil Rush the woodline against Andy. I know Vinchester did that as well. And he did it with Malay, which he has picked here. So I think if you know it's coming, you can just scout for it, and you can beat it.
Yep.
So, and Andy also said, not making an excuse for him, but apparently the lag issue he had was like right when Hera arrived to his woodline. So, yeah, I would go there, I think. Hera clearly doesn't want to play hybrid against this guy. He went full land.
Well, that's excellent analysis, T90.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it. I was thinking along the same lines. We're going to take a short break here, though, as the players recharge and rest. They've already played a best of 7 earlier in the day, and we're just going to take a short break, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Well, I would say that practice this time around was limited just because I had just finished the King's Gauntlet tournament, so I hosted a tournament for like streamers and whatnot, which is honestly a fantastic event. I really enjoyed it, but it does mean that I had less practice for this event. So I would say probably like 3 days before I flew, so 3 days worth of practice, and now I'm practicing here. So it's gonna be like in total 5 days of practice, which is like in my opinion super low for next year event, but we're just trying to make the best out of it. I would say, well, first of all, I really enjoyed hosting the King's Gauntlet. I think it was such a fun event. I had such a good time. It was probably one of my favorite events like ever, just because of like how interesting and how unique it was, how like close the sets were. I just really enjoyed every part of it. Now going into the Brazilian Dynasty right after, I feel like my motivation is actually unchanged. So I'm actually feeling very motivated, very excited. If there's anything, it's just a lack of time. That's nothing more. But as far as my mentals and my motivation, always high. And you know, I love playing Age of Empires. I love the people, I love the community, love the game. So I'm really excited to be here competing. Yeah, that's a good question. First of all, it is really funny that we're gonna spin it now to be like X LAN events in a row. You know, if I win this one, like that's the new tweet, that's the new like streak that we're gonna go with. This is how you frame it, which is really funny to me. But in seriousness, I actually don't know how it's gonna affect me. Like, I could see a world where I'm gonna be less confident and maybe second guess myself. I actually don't know. I thought it would affect me a lot more actually, that I would be like depressed for like 2 weeks, like can't get over it, or like, you know, very upset by it. But truthfully, I was upset by it like any other loss. Like I was disappointed that I lost, but I was streaming the same day. I casted the finals of the event. Things that I don't usually do after a loss, I was doing them. So I think there's a lot more to life anyway than hanging on to like one loss. So I feel great, but I do wonder if it's gonna make me second guess myself. So we'll see after the event. I can kind of talk more about that probably.
Yes, always is. Over the last couple of years, it's a pretty good goal to have. Obviously, usually I get disappointed, but looking back, you know, it's better to aim for the stars and not quite reach than aim for, I don't know, like some trees and you make it and then you're still not happy. So I think it's better to have somewhat realistic goals, which are a bit further away, and not hit them than set your bar too low and then exceeding those. It's honestly an honor. They're one of the biggest esports teams out there in multiple games. They have like a hero run in CSGO, they're competing in Esports World Cup, all the good things. They're like top 3, top 5 team in the whole world. So it's huge that they picked us up. Obviously very motivating as well. Everything has been going great so far. Obviously we're not their biggest team game-wise. They obviously have CSGO, other teams, etc., which have more focus on, understandably. But our manager is great. We get a check-in every once, twice a month, see everything is going smoothly. We plan some things, we have some projects, like the Garrison, for example, in November. The league, the free league, the team game event that people have been hoping for the last couple of years after BOA is happening also because of being esports, but also because of us. We're advertisements, and obviously it's a huge event that's gonna happen. So yeah, it's hype. They're obviously putting in lots of effort. They're obviously doing great with us. Our results have been great so far. And now in November we're gonna have a tournament, so gonna be hype. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I play a bit more, definitely. Usually I have like 10-15 games on my stream, like 3, 4, 5 hour stream, which in the past I haven't really done, which helps a little bit. New civs, you know, experiences, there's lots of new stuff, so it helps in that regard. But I've been pretty motivated with streaming, so I'm gonna keep that up for the next couple of months, once or twice a week on average. So I'm gonna overpromise, you know. Now I have my other job as well, so it's a bit tricky to find time. But I'm sure I will keep the once or twice a month going for the next couple of months. So it's gonna be good. Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, we are back. We're about to be back into this. It is 2-2 here in this amazing final of Brazilian Dynasty, and the winner will get this magnificent trophy. Looking absolutely sick up there in the middle of the stage.
It's so
Dave.
cool. And it was made by Chupta, who's here, and his class of students who are, I think, 11 to 14, 11 to 15. So really, really impressive stuff from him and his students as well. And they also made a bunch of mugs. I already have the Aztec one
Yeah.
Shupta gave that to me today. I don't know if you've dibs one as well, but they're super, super sick.
Yeah, really, really cool, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels very well themed here, you know, to the rest of the tournament and the rest of the graphics. And cameraman is zooming out here.
It is actually, it's a helmet, like a Jaguar helmet, and then there's a skull in the middle.
Is that the one that we tried to put on our heads?
No. That's like a copy of that. That was like their test
That was
version.
okay.
Yeah.
You want to tell them how that fit on your head?
It doesn't. I've got a big head. Like, it went on, but then I couldn't, like, tilt it down. So I got a big head.
Right. I was able to get it on, but very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Would not recommend.
Yeah.
So, but now really cool, dude. It's been awesome, and there's so much of this event's been awesome. Obviously, we've had our growing pains here or there, but it's been good fun. And now we're close to the conclusion, which for me is always this little bit of like a mix of sad and excited.
Sadness and hype and everything. Yeah.
But I mean, to dial in here, we've got a best of 3 for the final, and it was mentioned in the interview. Now the interview was taken prior to the event. It was mentioned in the interview. Like Hera no longer has that S tier streak, and I've felt. At times, I'm seeing Hera not doubt himself, but I'm seeing he's up against opponents who believe he can be taken down a little bit more at this event. And almost happened in the semis. We'll see, though. I mean, the land streak is still alive. For Liereyy, though, he has so many second-place land finishes.
The curse.
It would be amazing for him to break the curse at some point. Yeah.
Can we call it a curse? Is that cursing him even more by pointing it out? I don't think so.
I don't know.
We've been here before.
Yeah, we've been here before. He's got some heavy lifting to do, because when I think of some of like the best civilizations in Age of Empires, Burgundians is on that list, depending on the map. Persians is on that list, depending on the map. Malay, Vietnamese on that list. These civilizations for Hera are insanely good. So right now, I give him the slight edge to win another final here. He actually goes for the civ. I didn't mention, Hera's going to go with Gurjaris here, game number 5. And this map, we've seen a lot of crazy games, Dave. It's similar to Coast and Mountain, where you have that coast, and then your wood is typically on the mountain on the side here. Liereyy playing as the expected Dravidians.
Did you see them practicing Gujaras?
I did not.
Okay.
Did you?
So there is Viper and Tato were practicing Gujaras, and I can talk about it now that they've been eliminated from the tournament, and more specifically that they've left the venue to go get a flight. But their idea was fast castle with Gujaras, elephant rams, and monks and siege through the center.
Do they dock as well?
They
though?
dock as well, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So they dock, and then you can garrison more fish still with the Gujaras in the dock, and you get a few more arrows.
The thing that I really like about that is I feel like the fast castles are really good against man-at-arm archer.
Yeah.
Right? Against civs that can just shift into a stable and go for heavy scouts, it can kind of struggle. But also, you know, I have lots of memories of Hera really liking the Gujaras. And there's a lot of extra sheep on this map. So I think that maybe for Hera, he's just gone for the early mill.
Yeah.
He's going to throw all the sheep and the capybaras in there for the
He
food
will
boost.
go for a dock eventually, though.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the plan, and here comes the villager over there. So
But it's
Liereyy is there.
It's late.
Liereyy is there.
It's a late
The
dock.
villager doesn't
It's
have
a late
loom.
dock.
Liereyy didn't notice the
He
villager
can't build the dock
immediately,
yet.
but he can't build the
He
dock
can't build
yet.
the dock. Liereyy needs to go back.
Liereyy doesn't go back.
That's crazy to me. You actually can't build the dock without deleting there if you're Hera, but maybe he just expected it would have happened anyways.
I mean, also with Hera's quick wall abilities, he might have been able to build himself a little pen to make that dock somewhere else, right?
I have a very distinct memory, though, of another situation where Liereyy was in a final against Hera, and he was up against a dock villager, and he just missed out on it. So maybe that's something to look at.
Maybe
there's
it's
not
a
a lot
trend.
there's not a lot of tips you can really give Liereyy, but
So Hera goes out for that mill early. That means Liereyy has the advantage with the fishing ships. That's great, but it also means that Hera can find some synergy with the Gujaras that isn't really found on most hybrid maps, right? Gujaras aren't really picked on water maps because you want to go for that dock as early as possible, but you also want the mill.
Yeah.
And this is a nice little kind of mix-up of the two for Hera.
see those 3 palisades from Liereyy?
Yeah.
That's because Hera went Vils, 2 Vils, fast loom, and scout to attack Andy. That is Liereyy remembering the potential. It's not going to happen here. He realizes that now, but I just really like that detail.
That's really good. And then as soon as he realizes the timing is gone from that, he just deletes it. He's like, I want my wood back.
The other thing to mention here is it's a fixed TC start for the most part, so you should never do this. You should never, ever, 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 ever be underneath your opponent's TC. Did he just lose HP? Nope, he's fine. Never mind.
Never do that. Always lose HP.
I mean, it's a best of 3 at this point. You got to be pretty intense about it, but I like the walls from Hera. Every player should do this, in my opinion. I expect the same from Liereyy. You can't allow access to your woodline from that angle.
Nice little wall off there from both players. Is there a path behind?
What?
There's a full path. There's a... Dude,
No, they'll never find it.
that's the magical trail behind the woodline.
The magical trail will never be found. It's not magical. They will never assume there's a gap there. But if it gets found, it could be a real problem for Hera.
Wow. I would never expect that. I don't think I've ever seen that on the map, Jay.
Yet there's some weird situations, but that's a pretty big gap over there. I
like the second dock way further forward from Liereyy as well.
Yeah.
If he's going to pressure, right? He saw where the villager was. He knows where the dock is from Hera. And having a second dock near your first one is going to mean more travel time, less ability to pressure right away. The ships are going to come out early. Hera, resources are looking pretty good here as he gets up to the feudal age. Lierey's going to go for the ships immediately.
What's his plan, though, Dave? What's his Hera building right now? He has nothing on golds.
Yeah, he's going to go Siege Workshop forward. Elephant rams.
Interesting. So he's going to give up water.
Scorpions, elephant rams.
And he gets Castle Age by selling his stone.
He just he forces Liereyy to overinvest in water by contesting a little bit.
Interesting.
That's what I saw anyway.
And you saw this was Tattoo and Viper training?
Yes.
Okay.
It lost, but that was the strategy that they went for.
Well, I mean, Hera feels like he needs to take a risk.
Yeah.
He maybe doesn't like this matchup otherwise, and there he goes on the way up. And he will shift to the back gold. So the main issue for him is going to be food eco. Will he have the food eco is the question. We know the food eco is probably going to be there for Liereyy, but Hera does fight back with one Hulk, just delaying the pressure.
I think if you're going fast castle and you have fish, you should at least make one Hulk. Because then it forces your opponent to kind of overinvest.
Yeah.
They can't just sit there with maybe 2 and
No,
send
I
your
agree.
fish.
You don't want Liereyy right now to have an easy access to land pressure with archers. So
now I just wonder how quickly Liereyy makes that one fire ship that he needs to take the dock down, and then how quickly he adds in extra fish behind that.
I also want to know what his scouting looks like. Did he see the blacksmith market? Because I don't know. I don't know. We saw it.
He's got to assume.
No, the feudal age time is not a fast castle time. It's a fast feudal time.
I mean,
so
what is
the
a fast castle time on a 9-vil start on this map with all these extra res?
Well, I could tell you, I don't think Liereyy knows because I don't think he would ever do this himself.
I think he knows.
He's about to know.
Yeah, he's about to confirm right now.
But he's making skirms because meta is archers. He's not making skirms because he thinks this is fast castle. I think this is going to catch him off guard.
Yeah, you have a point, actually. Unless he knows about the magical path,
yeah,
which I don't think he knows about.
Someone just walked here, and they're like, someone just joined, and they're very intrigued.
The magical path.
Yeah, Hera's going to go for this. Now, the bonus is what, 20%? Maybe 25% extra damage from mounted units? So that would apply to the siege elephants, assuming that is what Hera's going to go for.
The TCs go down extremely fast as you see the Hulks now shutting down the fishing ships.
Uh-oh.
Couple extra fishing ships.
Uh-oh.
Were created there from Liereyy, and it's double Siege Workshop here. It's going to be a mix of elephants and scorpions. Now, Hera will have a problem getting the food for these elephants.
Yeah. If this was 3 archers, this would shut this whole push down. But Liereyy did not expect it. He was expecting the meta here. And, dude, I'm worried about his town center. I have a lot of faith in this because Hera will hard commit, right? People who go for this sometimes, they want to boom. They want to drop TCs, but I think Hera knows.
Hera also did this day 1 against Winchester, if you remember.
Yeah, was it the Japanese Romans game or something? Or some other game?
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember he had 2 Siege Workshops forward, and then Winchester had to commit like 15 villagers to try and save the starting TC.
Yeah, so maybe a lack of homework as well from Liereyy. This is Lierey's home map. The Scorpions are out, and it's going to be 2 Scorpions into 2 elephants. Those elephants are designed to take down the buildings.
Castle Age is on the way. It is all about delaying here. You have 8 fishing ships with the Dravidians. You should have a better eco than Hera does. He has more res collected.
Ooh.
Stone walls is really nice.
Yeah,
from
seriously.
Liereyy.
Because if you get to mangonels here, you're probably completely fine. But you need to get the mangonels, and you need to wait 2 minutes.
I've seen disgusting things done with these elephant rams against town centers. Like, I don't know if stone walls are enough.
I'm with you. I don't think Liereyy makes a castle age.
I watched Sudden Disaster.
Yeah,
I know what happens.
I don't know. Like, I think Lierey's realizing as well, like, holy crap, my barracks is going down.
Spearmen are out, though.
Smart. I don't know if it was intentional or if it just ends up happening, but he needs to keep these things away right now. And he's actually saving quite a few
Liereyy.
villagers.
Oh my goodness, Liereyy.
What?
He's saving
What?
his build somehow. He's getting the
How?
stone walls up behind this. Liereyy is buying himself time. I mean, even if he gets the Castle Age, it's not going to be easy. He finally does lose a couple villagers. He's committing more and more and more. It's only 52 seconds away. Hera just trying to make it through the gap. This is deja vu to the Hera-Winchester game.
Dave, I don't know if he makes it. This is Gurjara Elephants. It's really strong. Lierey's got to bring everybody, and so much can die as well, so it might not be worth it. 25%. The TC's like halfway down right now. The villagers are so weak.
It's not going to make it. I don't think
so.
he will.
I don't think
the
so.
villagers are all going down. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He makes it, but he loses so many villagers. So many villagers. Deja vu. I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Hera did this against Winchester.
Yeah, it was just a the incorrect call from Liereyy. He did not scout it. He assumed it was going to be archers because that's what everyone else is doing. I feel as though the Civ could have been a tell here, but maybe the knowledge just wasn't there from Liereyy. The strategy has worked so far for Hera. He has to be careful, because now that there can be a Mangonel, all of this can go down, but his eco is pretty damn good.
The elephant is just going to come up there and chase that Mangonel around. I mean, Hera's sitting in a risky spot with these scorpions for sure, but it is 6 scorpions.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for Oh, Camel's a problem. Splat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's fine for Hera.
He took out 3. That's absolutely fine
Siege
for Hera.
Workshop will go down before the next one can produce.
Yes.
And he calls it.
GG. I told you, it's a dangerous strategy, and Hera's done something very similar before. He does it here. He gets the win. 3-2 Hera.
I am 100% convinced that came as a surprise to Liereyy, because the 3 skirmishers, that tells me everything. And it's going to be a painful one. And this is the first game in the whole series where the other person shocks the opponent with something. I think everything else was known. And that's that little bit of extra creativity, maybe preparation on Hera's side. You look at the civs now when we get to this draft here in a second, and things are looking bare bones for Liereyy in terms of his priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 picks all have been played at this point, and he will have to go down to some civs that are capable, but just not quite as strong, at least in his mind.
Imagine if he had killed that Dock villager.
Yeah, true.
Right, if he was looking over there with the scout, if he was on time, he could have sniped that with no loom, and then Hera has a way rougher time getting up to Castle Age. Also, imagine if he had archers here, like you said.
I think if he sees Market Blacksmith, he always knows Fast Castle.
Yeah.
And I think he can have a Castle Age time that's a bit faster. Also, the stone walls on around the barracks was after he realized that he needed them. I think he had the time to add them before the Scorpions arrived. And maybe all this slight differences can change this game. But that's a crazy strat from Hera. I love it. Because everyone focuses on the water, right? And everyone just walls. Just smash the walls.
Just like every time I watch a Liereyy game now, there's just one instance of an age up being denied from the TC. Like, it happens so often.
Yeah, not something he'll be happy about. But he's got 1 home map remaining. Hera's got 1 home map remaining. Advantage Hera. Liereyy will need to win 2 straight. Hera's got to be feeling good because Burgundian's still available, Persian's still available, Malay's still available. Those are the best civs he's got in the draft. What a strat there, Dave. That was sick. That's one of those that's just... You're not going to remember any of the other games if you win this final. You're going to remember eating Lierey's TC like that. That was sick.
Very, very satisfying if you're Hera. And the fact that it worked twice is crazy, right? Like, maybe Liereyy should have been looking at some screens in the practice room. Because
yeah, true.
They played a couple.
Well, it's also interesting because Liereyy and Hera they're so close, and they typically train a lot together. Now, they also train with others too, and word gets spread around, of course. But, you know, I kind of want to know where that scout was for those 3 minutes. You know? Like, he was everywhere.
He went to the dock. Then he came back.
He went around the back.
Maybe to find some hurtables or something like that. But and also the way he scouted the base, like he scouted the back of Hera's base instead of the front where the production building's going to be. It was a little unfortunate with the scouting from Liereyy overall.
Yeah, I think unfortunate. And it's probably just not something you're used to. There's not a great sense of urgency to scout anything on that map because everyone always goes archers, at least so we thought. So civ-wise, I think Romans is one of the best civs out there for Liereyy.
Yes.
Very efficient civilization. Tatars as well, I really like in his hands. So I could see him going to Serra de Carajas here, playing in towards some scouts, maybe some man-at-arms, maybe some archers. But that's going to be basically Arabia style. And if that's the case, I like Hera's options as well. He's got Persians, he's got Vietnamese. And I mean Burgundians as well. People have played them on a lot of different maps, but I'm kind of feeling Vietnamese for Hera.
I think I like Lierey's civs better for this map. For the next one,
yeah,
it's a little bit of a question mark, right? We saw Nikov try Malay on that map. We've seen Vietnamese from Lewis on the final one we're talking about, Park. And then Persians as well have been really popular there.
Yeah, we don't know which map. It looks like it's going to be Serra dos Carajas.
Yeah, close enough.
And I think that's going to be the map where we'll probably see Romans, if I had to guess. Maybe Saracens. Lierey's very dangerous with Saracens. Can play towards the archers, utilize the market.
It's going to be Malay against Huns?
As well. Interesting.
Malay against Huns, so Liereyy is going to play towards that more open map style, right? Probably not going to full wall his base. Probably going to go like archers and the cav archers, or archers scout into cav archer knight, and then Hera. That's the question here with Malay. Like, what does Hera play?
I actually would not be surprised if he just plays scouts and adapt.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I think we saw in the other game with Malay earlier, like Hera doesn't actually have to kill much. And if you just make it to Castle Age, you have a guaranteed villager lead with the Malay. So Hera's going to play low risk. We might see infantry opening. It can give Huns a big problem. Huns can't house wall, and here we are. We'll see if Liereyy can turn this around, because he started off hot here, but Hera's got 2 wins in a row, up 3-2 now, and this map's fairly open, Dave. And I find that players tend to naturally wall this up over time. One thing you don't naturally do as the Huns is build houses, which can sometimes be an issue defensively.
Although he does have the houses near the TC, which always kind of throws me off.
Yeah, true. I would delete them, you know, but you can leave them there. Dave, look at the golds for Liereyy. That could be an issue. And the berries on the front as well. There's some back options here for Hera in the long run.
I think the thing with Huns, unless you're going FC though, unless you're going fast castle, you're going to have tons of military on the field. So forward golds, if anything, matter less for the Huns, just because you're going to have such a map presence.
It's actually good in many ways, because think if you're the Huns player and you do have the back gold. Yeah, exactly. It forces you to be very aggressive. Agreed.
See both of them pushing in the deer, trying to get those in there. Liereyy isn't really a double deer push guy. He can do it, but he'll do it one at a time. He won't try and set it up.
Yeah. Oh, they got the time here.
The only player here that really tries to set that up is Yo.
Yeah, Yo does it. I think Tapta does it as well.
Yeah.
I think it's way more worthwhile in the 9 villager start because you have less overall time to do things in the Dark Age. But they're bringing in the food here. Hera, 2 on wood, indicates to me that he will not go for the big man-at-arm opening or anything. And he's actually walling already. Kind of crazy, dude. Like, he's walling 16 pop on, like, the right side of his map right now, which is kind of along the same lines of what he did with the Mayans. He really likes to wall where he can and then play towards the fast archers.
I mean, I think the last time he played this map as well against, did he play this map against ACCM?
He played it against Sebastian.
Sebastian.
And that was when Sebastian was Mayans and he was Romans.
Okay.
Played out a bit differently, of course. Romans are going to have different openings.
If he's in a corner, though, he's going to want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
It's purely because he's safe gold.
Yeah.
Right? And Liereyy can't even envision that. Like, that's not even on his mind. So Hera's now just already, he doesn't know what his opponent's map looks like, but he knows his map is amazing. So he's just like, all right, let's take advantage of it. And then also maintain my villager lead, which I essentially get for free once I go fast feudal here.
Malay are always just going to be 2 villagers ahead. They have to invest. It's not like Bengalis. Like, they have to invest the 100 wood or food for it.
Yep.
But 2 villagers is a massive difference.
Yeah, it can be tough to judge in these situations if you're Liereyy, because if you encounter walls, you feel like you shouldn't produce army anymore. But when your base is exposed, you then have to produce army. So you have to keep a very close eye on what Hera's doing. For now, Hera has no clue what Lierey's base looks like. He's going to move forward.
And pushing in all the deer.
Yeah.
Liereyy will do the same thing. But like you said, 9 villagers start. I mean, it feels like you're up to the feudal age so fast. And a lot of time, if you're pushing all 3 deer, you don't have time to scout whether your opponent's full walling like Hera is.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think they're just going to push the deer and assume as is often the case in these games. And there's the barracks there from Liereyy. Hera forgot the mill, actually. So he is a little delayed in clicking up. But I think my personal preference is I like 22 vills minimum with Melee. Sometimes I add an extra vill or two because you sometimes can't afford the barracks on time just because of how fast you're up.
Does that change on 9 vill start versus 3, though?
I think it doesn't change too much. Yeah.
Ooh, Hera getting awfully close to the TC from Liereyy. Spots it
Spots
and
the
moves
house.
away.
Spots the house, bro. Delete the house. You're huns. I want to know if there's a higher likelihood that someone runs into a Hun player's TC than any other player's TC. Someone's got to have the stats out there. I would say that there probably isn't a difference, but we're going to pretend there is. There's the barracks from Hera. And he gets a pretty good runaround to see what the map looks like. And Lierey's going to discover some walls here. And he's only going to see 1 forward gold. So I think he's kind of like not a fan of what we're seeing in Hera's base here.
Maybe you could pressure the berries, but then you just have the Melee Spearman as well if you're going full scout.
Yep.
So he will need to go into a range. And then the question is, how much do you invest into this push, right? I don't see Liereyy as the kind of guy that's going to, tower forward something like this.
Yeah. Again, you just got to judge it. I think you can make a couple scouts, and then you just have to be very, very cautious. Hera's going to open archers. And Liereyy, he doesn't see the gold, but I think he can assume there's one back there. But, dude, encountering that, the Great Wall of freaking
it's so
China
intimidating.
is so intimidating.
When you open scouts, and then you see the walls, and you're like, oh, God.
Like, if you're going to play walls, you would have played Saracens. You love Saracens. They can play archers.
It just adds another 5 minutes to your feudal age, and you know it.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to try and find damage. But at the same time, like, Hera can't play too passive.
Agreed. Yeah, and he's got to be careful. And actually, it's important Hera keeps the scout alive because he needs to see if there's any type of transition.
Yep. It's also useful if the scouts are attacking you and you feel like there's a range.
Jag's on 2 HP.
If you feel like there's a range unit behind, the scout can be used to snipe
Jag's
it.
on 2 HP right now. Oh, it's switched targets. Yeah, there we go. Liereyy
going after Hera.
Getting a little bit of help. And Hera's going to fall back and probably heal up inside the TC.
Dead.
Spearman's going to say that he did that when he tells his friends at the bar.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah, take full credit.
Spearman from Liereyy now dead. Archer's coming out from Hera. Archer range is up from Liereyy as well. Skirmisher's just coming across. And once again, that scout HP does matter. Because if that scout runs across and hits the reinforcements, Leary's going to lose at least 1 skirm there.
And Hera didn't scout the transition because his scout was running now. So he's going to get forced away from this area a little bit.
He would have expected it, though.
Yeah, and he has horse collar, and he has lots of farms already. So his food eco is still fine. And this is the extent of the damage that you can even hope for if you're Liereyy, with how Hera's been able to wall up with this map.
Like, the thing is, you're playing against Melee, so you know you're those 2 villagers behind.
Yep.
Right away. As the scout comes in now, he doesn't want to take the fight against the skirmishers because he's weak. Liereyy wants to snipe the spear. It won't happen. Liereyy wants to push the villagers away. I don't know if that's going to happen. That is an unexpected loss from Liereyy to lose that starting scout to the spearman.
Honestly, as suicidal as it looks, it is the correct play from Liereyy. The way to beat this when you don't have as many vills is you do 0 walls. Because you need your eco, you deny some res, and your eco is more efficient. And then later, you can drop like town centers and stuff. But Hera's not counterattacking, you know that, because you see his range. He's already thinking, skipping blacksmith upgrades, getting to castle age, and look at Hera, he got fletching, and he's gonna wait here, and he hops out.
Yeah, Hera's still scouting, though, in the center of the map. Like, he's looking for more skirmishers coming forward.
Yeah.
Liereyy has read that Hera wants to sit and play defensive and take advantage of his better eco. But Hera might read that Liereyy wants to go up to castle age soon, and then Hera might push forward.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that fletching investment, that's something that Liereyy wasn't thinking was going to happen.
Yeah.
Where was the blacksmith for Hera, by the way? It was off screen for him, right? Yeah, he hid that.
Excellent economy for Hera here. He's still ahead on res collected. Liereyy can try and hit that castle age timing, but those archers are awfully close. Takes a while to get up there.
And Liereyy can still get some value with that scout, and he hits that skirmisher, and that's a free skirm kill as well for Hera. That's so nice. And I think Liereyy is just going to depend on a couple outposts here.
And forced into fletching. So the castle age timing gets delayed again. He's still making more skirms at home. The market goes up for Hera. He's not really over-investing into this. He just called out the fact that Liereyy wanted to be a little bit greedy with the castle age timing, and now he's forcing Liereyy to invest. Does Liereyy cancel fletching here?
No.
I think you still get it.
You might need it, yeah. Also, I think since the scout is weak from Hera, you can just sacrifice a scout or two and just get on the other side of this. Yeah, just like force Hera to stop, and you actually don't fire. You wait. Hera's gonna well, that's he clears it up.
You do this, and then don't tell Liereyy what to do.
I don't think I need to over-explain that situation. Lierey's on the way to Castle Age, Dave.
Yeah,
but
Hera's gonna be there first.
Yeah, but Hera hasn't clicked up yet. But what the problem I find with Melee is sometimes you're up so fast.
Yeah.
If you lose your first 4 archers, you get to Castle Age and you have like 6, and you can't feel comfortable with that at all.
Yeah,
there goes the archers. We need to see. Oh, dude.
That's so sick from Liereyy.
Will Hera see the outpost and run away?
Will Liereyy see the archers? No. Did he catch a glimpse of that? Did he see the archers? I think he might have. It was for like half a second.
Yeah, he's got outposts going up kind of everywhere because he feels like his map gives him no options. And the archers are going the long way around from Hera.
This Jaguar.
The animals.
This is just ridiculous.
The animals really must not be fun to play with here.
The villagers are still chasing it.
Oh my God! Will he see the archers?
I think he caught a glimpse of them. I think he caught that one
Dude,
little
is that
glimpse.
Jag on steroids? How is he not dead yet? Kill it.
There we go.
He's looking.
He's looking.
He's got a
he
sense.
missed him again though. Hera's being so sneaky with those.
Yeah, I love the game
Skirmishers
sense.
are looking everywhere. Hera's just in the corner. If Hera can get crossbow upgrade with those and Liereyy pulls the skirms away.
You know, for me, I would assume
Will
there's
he
no
find
army
them?
here.
He finds them.
Wow!
Amazing from
wow,
Liereyy.
Dude, that's huge. He'll clear it too. That's so important. If this army got value, he would be at such a disadvantage, but he gets the clear up. Well played to Liereyy. What is that game sense?
That's insane from him. Another scout goes down. That's the final scout from Liereyy. So Hera did get some value while he was getting those sniped. He's coming out with his crossbows, but Castle Age is in at about the same time for Liereyy, and he does have 11 scrims on the field, so he does have an army to push this back.
Thing is, Hera added a stable, and he's showing that now because he's adding a new scout. But Hera doesn't know that Lierey's just going full outpost mode. So he might not expect to be spotted. But that's not the goal that he's taking.
And elite scrim.
Yeah. Hera will add in an elephant, which should be fairly transparent because he showed the stable when he added the new scout, and Hera, interestingly enough, shifting to the forward golds. Feels a little early, but maybe he's running out.
Nice value here for Liereyy, trying to find the reinforcement crossbows. Same thing that Hera did to the skirmishers before. And that crossbow goes down, and it might also give vision for Liereyy on the main crossbow army as there's more wildlife to clear up. So frustrating for these players.
I think normally you would add, you get ballistics, but I think if there's going to be elephants out there, you might want to consider a monastery there if you're Liereyy. Tosses away a knight. Has killed a lot of crossbows, though. This has been very valuable.
I think Liereyy doesn't value ballistics as much as other players, too.
Yeah.
Like he rarely prioritizes it.
He's gonna need to prioritize a woodline at some point. This is looking rough for him. But he has to win every fight because he's always behind Invils. Always. That is a guarantee with the matchup. Hera as melee behind walls is super dangerous, and elephants are pushing things back. The Cav Archers will do more against the elephants, but the crossbows are going to be there as well.
The elephants have no armor upgrade, no bloodlines available to them for melee, and they're going to be very, very weak against even low numbers of crossbows. Cav Archers.
I was just going to say, this is the first siege sighting, and Liereyy didn't get surprised by it. He could have so easily been surprised by that. And the elephant gets away on low HP. Nice hold from Liereyy. I think we can all agree that things shaped up here to be very difficult in this game. I think the next game might be an easier situation for him to get a win, but Hera's got 2 Mangonels, soon to be 3 on the hill as well, and it's a second TC for Hera.
Might be a situation, though, where the later it goes in the game, I mean, the better it feels for Liereyy. Which civ would you rather have in the late game, Huns or melee?
It all depends on crossbow numbers.
Yeah.
If the melee can get to like 25 crossbows, it feels like they can get imp in an instant. And even Bracer can take down everything. This has to get messy for the Hun player.
Again, Cav Archers against Mangonels. It was rocket carts in that one game. Now it's Mangonels here. Liereyy really, really struggling against the attack rounds from Hera.
Well, Hera's got the hill in every single engagement, right? He's always dictating the fights, and Liereyy is really struggling to engage against the numbers here. But Liereyy, at the same time, kind of has to engage against the Mangonels with the skirms, and he does.
Nice snipe.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, beautiful snipe there from Liereyy. He's also going after the other one. Skirms feel way more consistent against these Mangonels than the Cav Archers do, and Liereyy takes it out, and Hera has to run. That's +2 armor on the Skirms.
Don't do that. You just don't do that, guys. That's not Age of Empires. Normally you run away from the Mangonels or add your own, but Liereyy runs at them when he has to, and he might be tempted to do it again, but all it takes is one big downhill shot from Hera to end this army.
Did he even need the Siege Workshop? I mean, just make more Skirms and you kill all the Mangonels.
At a certain point, Hera's going to hit his shot, and I think Liereyy has to respect that. Second TC will come up. It's real important to be on even grounds or on the top of a hill right now if you're playing with Siege.
Hera also working well on the outpost, so Liereyy doesn't have advanced warning. Liereyy is on the top of the hill, could hit a massive shot here. Misses the Mangonel and misses the crossbows as well. Now he's in a precarious position.
Hera's turn. Hera's turn, he lands the shot. Crossbows do more against the Siege, and Hera maintains his position, Dave. Nice villager lead for Hera. Continuous Mangonels and crossbows. And as
Liereyy
the skirmishers
run
underneath, he's going to get another Mangonel kill.
I thought for sure that was all of the skirmishers dead.
But with the Cav Archers, Dave, I'd love to see Liereyy get the Cav Archers somewhere else. Remember that other game. Get the Cav Archers to Hera's base.
Look at that gold.
Yeah.
Look at the gold. There's plenty of opportunities there. He just doesn't feel safe at home. Feels like he needs to micro his way to the victory, but sometimes it's about sending the army somewhere else to distract your opponent. He has a Mangonel defending his economy back here. Hera's still pushing in. The Cav Archers could do much more elsewhere.
Yeah, this is just so tough. The whole game has been made so difficult. Hera, with his just safe approach, has made it so difficult for Liereyy, and it's just so difficult to mask the Cav Archers and keep everything alive here. The siege goes down. The siege for Hera survives, and it's getting worse and worse for Liereyy.
2 Mangonels on the field for Hera, 2 more in the queue. 1 Mangonel on the field now for Liereyy. It's inside of the Siege Workshop, but look at this micro from Hera as he tries to snipe down the Cav Archers. Liereyy just holding the line. He has the second town center. He's stretching forward for a third, but Hera's had 3 TCs for a while now. He's at 65 villagers against 58 from Liereyy.
Ballistics is a problem. The only reason that these Cav Archers aren't dead is because Ballistics hasn't been in.
Oh, great
And even
dodge.
without Ballistics, as Hera dodges his own shot, this is still dangerous. It's desperation for Liereyy. He'll get the kill, but at what cost here, Dave? This is getting really, really bad for him.
Sees another Mangonel. He might be able to snipe this. He will. So Hera loses 2 Mangonels there. Liereyy pushes Hera back across the map.
This map is so difficult for Liereyy. All his gold still in the front. He's had to take some questionable fights because of the pressure from Hera. And yeah, now this just gets so bad.
And now you see 2 extra TCs, which you had no idea existed
And you
before.
lose the whole army.
Yeah,
Ballistics.
now he's got Ballistics.
I think it might be over, Dave. I think it might be over. How do you come back from this? Malay are just so good. And Hera saw his map, walled it up, played to the eco, and now it's full army. And just like, Huns want that open, aggressive feudal age opening. He was never able to find that here, Liereyy. Hera was down 3-1 in the semifinal, by the way.
And the resources are looking really, really solid for Hera, and he has Malay.
Oh!
Liereyy jumps out though! Gets a massive shot against the crossbows. I didn't see that coming. Hera didn't see that coming. Will it make a difference?
I don't know if it will. It was an epic shot. Liereyy needed to kill every crossbow there, I think. There's still more crossbowmen. There's still a better eco for Hera. And there's still the big question on where does Liereyy take gold if he can't take those 4 tiles there.
We talk about it all the time. Hera having that one game where he kind of claws back against Liereyy, right? Does Liereyy have that game in him? He lands another big one!
Dude, I mean, this is where Hera wants to go imp. Hera's going to need some army here. This is do or die for Liereyy. And if the crossbow number's low enough, Knights become an actual option to snipe the siege.
Huge shots from Liereyy, keeping him in this series, keeping him in this tournament.
Oh my goodness.
We want a game 7. Liereyy wants a game 7, but it's an uphill battle, literally and figuratively here. 3 TCs for him, 74 villagers against 82 villagers from Hera, and the resources are there for Hera to click up to imp shortly. He just needs that crossbow mass, like you said. Lierey's now finally going for the counterattack.
Hera should actually hold now. There's no reason to push. You're about to be imp. Stick to the hill, repair your Mangonels, keep your crossbow count alive, and just full-on idle vills. You've just got to click up. Check for holes, because Liereyy might be coming in at any point,
Lierey's
and
coming
just wait
in.
for this.
The crossbows went forward. The crossbows went forward, and Liereyy is now on the gold. He finds an opportunity to get some villager kills, but he has to make sure he can't lose these Cav Archers against the crossbows.
There's got to be some siege at some point from Liereyy. I don't know where it is. Lierey's got to be advancing
Dodging
forward with
ballistics,
mangonels.
sniping the villagers, dancing.
That was pretty impressive.
That
there
was
from Liereyy.
amazing.
But it's really tough because he's got to do everything else, and I actually think the mangonels need to be forward right now. Nice saves from Liereyy, though.
He's trying everything, Tristan.
He loses a mangonel to a villager.
He wants this.
Let's see, can he get the knights? Can he clear up the crossbows? The crossbows for Hera still alive. And Bracer is the difference. Hera's actually almost kind of out of golds here. I think you can use the market for Bracer at the very least, though.
We always just assume that Hera wins the late game against Liereyy. It's happened so many times. Is there an opportunity for Liereyy to mount a comeback?
There is.
He takes out a mangonel. He's taking out the crossbows in the center. Imperial H is very, very threatening to him.
This is such a tough matchup, and Lierey's playing it so well to give himself a chance. Villagers are headed to the north there from Hera.
Second armor upgrade on the way for Liereyy. Ballistics coming in for Liereyy.
Can he kill those crossbows? Siege no longer becomes a counter if Hera has this control, and if Hera uses his range, skirmishers struggle as a counter as well now.
Feels like there's an opportunity there for Liereyy to deny that TC. Hera knows the Cav Archers are up there. The scout is nearby. He's got vision on it. More Cav Archers roaming around the front side of Hera's base. More mangonels pushing on Hera's base. The villager count is
gonna
not
hop out.
that different
He's
now.
hopping out of the TC. He's got Bracer. He runs up the hill.
Oh, big shots for Liereyy!
Hera taking some risks here. I think he can wait for chemistry maybe, but he wants to save his town center, and he does. But at what cost?
A lot of crossbows going down. Only 14 crossbows now on the field. More skirms coming out from Liereyy. He did miss the opportunity to deny that TC in the north from Hera, but he's got 99 villagers and the resources are looking decent. The only problem is he's stuck in the castle age right now.
Yeah, he does not have a unit that can trade efficiently here. I think you just hope that you can spam more than Hera can. Hera getting to that gold makes things complicated, but he doesn't have a lot on golds, and he might still be exposed against some raids.
He's kind of hard stuck crossbow at the moment too.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a castle up yet. He's just making the crossbow. Bracer, chemistry, going to be very threatening. More archer ranges coming in. Liereyy kind of baiting Hera in again, maybe trying to overwhelm with skirmishers.
Yeah, Hera overextends there. There's an expectation now for Hera to win every fight. That's why he's hard committing here. He overextended. He's landing some nice shots. The mangonels are still doing enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the Knights are just not as threatening with Bracer in now. The dodges are happening, though, from Liereyy as he moves his way around the ballistics from Hera and does manage to snipe the mangonels. Great attack round as that mangonel goes down, but still only 11 crossbows for Hera.
Yeah, I think Hera has an option to commit to skirm here as well, in all honesty. But there are Knights, so maybe he continues with the crossbowmen. Population's even, Dave. Does Liereyy have a chance to get to Imperial H here?
Liereyy is fighting.
That
is a situation that we would have seen Liereyy resign from many times before.
Yeah, it was an amazing comeback. Truly. He's behind in resources collected. He's had a horrible map. He's had an awkward situation. Hera, though, is about to get +1 extra attack with chemistry, and he still could get Arb at any time. If Hera hard sells his wood, Arbalest upgrades are in.
With all that pressure forward from Hera, Liereyy didn't lose a single villager this game.
Yeah, impressive.
He held him away from that gold pile that was in the front side of his base, and now he's getting more villager kills. This is distraction, right? This is the Huns. This is army coming in from all angles against Hera. Still only 12 crossbows. Still villagers going down underneath the TC. Liereyy is in Castle H here, and he's pushing back an Imperial H Hera.
He's got a Knight in the back. The Cav Archers are there. The key is actually that northern TC right now, because that is Hera's escape. That is his gold deco. Hera, I don't know if he has Arbalest in queue, to be honest with you. And I think maybe he's now noticed the north, but my goodness, he's taken losses. And for the Civ that's supposed to be unstoppable with their imp timing, it's not looking like it's a foregone conclusion after all.
And Knight gets a couple kills there. Good clear up from Hera. Knight's still roaming around on this side. Lierey's still forced to invest all of his food into military. He needs to keep this pressure. Hera, though, will have a castle. If he can get that castle up, this will really help his push.
Yeah, it's not spotted there. It honestly doesn't protect an area he would have wanted, but it does protect some area.
Look at the gold. Look at the gold for Hera, though. 6
Yeah.
on gold right now. He still only has 13 Arbalists.
It's rough. It's rough. I wonder if
And the
Liereyy,
wood line?
I wonder if Liereyy can kill these vills as well. What is happening here? This game seemed over to me. It didn't seem like there was a chance, but Lierey's micro and his just commitment to fighting here gives him a solid shot.
57 on food right now for Liereyy. The macro behind has been excellent as well as he's held Hera into his own base. Castle now in the north to secure the gold. for Hera. He's still trying to clear up the Cav Archers. At some point, Hera's going to have enough to deny all of these little pushes from Liereyy, and he's going to push out across the middle. Liereyy needs to make sure by that point, he's on the way to Imp.
He needs to be on the way to Imp now.
Yeah.
I don't actually know how you counter ARB
He
still.
didn't see the castle.
Well, Hera's not building it.
Hera didn't see that Liereyy didn't see.
I mean, Hera's going to have a lot of security in the north in a second. He's going to have a lot of security in the south, and then he can full patrol his ARBs through the middle. And I think 20 ARBs is still very dangerous.
0 on gold for Hera. Imperial Age on the way for Liereyy.
Can he make it? Can he make it? He's got 62 on food. This is going to be a tough ride still. I understand Leary's brought this back, but Hera with 20 ARBs is dangerous. I do wonder, why not just make your own skirms if you don't have a lot of gold if you're Hera? You have the food in the wood. Just mix in some skirms to tank. Your ARBs can still do a lot of damage behind.
I think he's just flustered. He was in such a good position. He pushed forward. He had a lot of momentum with the crossbows, and then he got absolutely nuked multiple times, right? And the crossbow number just wasn't there. He's still only got 20 ARBless. As he now techs into Elite Skirm, Liereyy only 2 minutes away from Imperial Age, setting up the stables on the side.
This would be one of the best comebacks I've seen in a long time if Liereyy can make this happen. The starting situation with the maps, the type of game the civilizations need, the perfect start for Hera when Hera's already up 3-2.
The Knights are in.
Full expectation is that Hera would win.
I mean, that wood line's going to be a problem at the back there, too, from Hera. He has one Knight targeted for conversion. He does get it. He's got the TC firing away, but this is more distractions. There's Knights in the back. There's units still coming forward. There's Knights on the stone mine over here. Liereyy has enough stone now for a castle. 69 on food right now as he finally loses his first couple villagers of the game.
I think you got to play heavy skirm and light cap. I think there's a real risk you lose too many gold units here. He's lost a lot of Knights.
He's in on the back wood line again.
You need upgrades on skirms and light cap and save your gold for trebs, and that is your chance if you're Liereyy.
Liereyy is also going for a forward castle. This might be a little bit too aggressive. Hera goes for a counter castle. Liereyy needs to delete that.
He might not see it.
He can't even see it.
Yeah, you kind of got to see it there, because if you don't see it, you're going to lose your entire castle.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't see it.
He doesn't know.
Horrible for Liereyy. That could be his only castle. And Hera will have 3, but there's still Bills dying in the back at the same time.
Hera's still at a consistent 125 villagers, though. He's lost 62 this game. He loses his entire wood line back there. Liereyy will not be able to complete this castle. Incredibly demoralizing after everything was going his way. Liereyy, he needs to click faster.
Click!
It's up!
Oh my god, dude. And Hera will see it, and Hera runs into skirms that are about to have Bracer. Can Liereyy actually come back in this game? It was so over. I cannot believe this comeback.
What
Dave.
an unbelievable Game 6 we have. Maybe a Game 7 in the cards. It's still Hera. Remember, it is still Hera.
It's Melee as well, and Huns do not have the final armor upgrade on their skirmishers, which means they're just worse with ranged units. But still, the 70 on food from Liereyy, the mobility of the Huns makes me think he has a chance. But there's going to be 3 castles from Hera he's got to take down.
There's still only 6 on gold for Hera. He
True.
managed to get 1 relic. Only 1 relic
That's
collected this game
hard right now.
as we see Liereyy bringing 1 back.
Dave,
I mean,
what's the thing that you have felt really impressed about with Leary's imp time? Sorry, imp play. It's always conserving the trebs.
Yes.
Right? He'll get to like 4, he'll pull his opponent out of position, and he'll pick his time.
But his castle is forward.
Exactly. He needs to buy a castle and actually be able to push with trebs. Otherwise, he's just going to be running into castles everywhere.
That pesky Arbalest that killed like 30 villagers over there is finally cleared up. Liereyy is still roaming around with light cap. He's got to retreat with his trebs, but that's just going to die to the castle. I think he forgot it was even there,
but,
right?
you know, I will say, Hera's castle is protecting everything but the homeland here. Like, all of his starting eco is exposed. He, like, got ahead of himself protecting all the other areas, but he really needs to protect the middle of his base.
Liereyy has a population lead. 178 gets 176. It's not much, right? And it's going back and forth. Castle in the north is protecting the farmland now. There's severe lack of gold here for Hera. Now struggling a bit with the wood supply as Ram now comes in for Liereyy because he doesn't have a castle to make trebs.
Really hard to push the melee with Rams because they are going to be able to spam a couple karambits here. It's very difficult. It's doable. I think you need Siege Ram, though, and that's a lot of food to get to it.
I'm so impressed with Leary's macro. 71 on food right now.
He could lose this game, and this might be the best game that he's played this whole tournament.
Yes.
Like, this feels impossible. People do not pick the Huns and do well in these situations, the situation that Hera has put him in.
Liereyy kind of throwing away some Hussars there, but he's getting in the back. But classic quick wall from Hera. Hera doing well. Good damage control from him. He doesn't let those back there. Now he's got a little bit of comfort, right? He's finally got an army. Hera can start pushing out through the center. He doesn't have cavalry in the back wood line in his farms for the first time in a long time.
The thing is, like, Hera has so much access to stone, and his units don't even cost gold, and the hunts never get champion. And the armor upgrades for them late were just free the whole game. So Hera can have halves that are super tanky right now. This is still really hard for Liereyy.
This is really, really hard, but how many times have we seen Hera in a similar position to Liereyy, where he's trying to overcome a slower army that's better?
Yeah.
And he does it with Hussar.
Yeah.
And he does it with the farm count being at 78 or 80 or 90, right? And just spamming Hussar and picking away at the edges. It happens so often.
I worry that the skirms don't have the tankiness and that the skirms don't have the numbers. There's so many range units there from Hera, and the Trebs are walking forward. Hera's got 87 military. How? 87 military. He's going to start to take down those stables over there.
Are you seriously repairing the stable against the Treb at this
Watch
moment in the
watch
game?
the Bill die. Watch the Bill die. Aw.
No.
Yeah, you got to engage into this. And the best army that counts for full trash is Champion, which hunts don't get, and you don't have the gold for if you're Liereyy.
Thumbering coming in for the skirms now. Blast Furnace on the way. Great job from Hera to pull the halves back to protect the Trebs, and Liereyy doesn't even want to engage there. He doesn't want to give up the numbers. It's 180 pop for Liereyy. It's 195 for Hera. He's at max population now. He's got the 3 Trebs. Liereyy does have enough for a castle, but where does that castle go?
Somewhere safe, maybe the north. I think also Rams right now need to hit somewhere Hera is not, because this army feels unkillable. There we go.
Rams
We're going to have a ram
in,
from there.
and that's a TC. He realizes that's a rock and not a stone pile, right?
I think he just needs a TC somewhere other than here. Like, his main eco is such a problem. He needs to force a reaction. My worry is if Hera just queues like 5 Karambits, the Rams go down. The Rams are fully unprotected. So one reaction, Hera actually goes sappers. So the Vills will do more bonus damage. And then he queues up the Karambits right after it. And yeah, I don't think that castle has any problem staying up.
That's a big investment into Rams for Liereyy. He will get some value and some villager kills over there, maybe distracting Hera a little bit, enables him to snipe the Trebuchet there. But Lierey's still at 165 population, Hera at 194. I mean, it feels like Lierey's just kind of losing steam and Hera's gaining it. Hera's pushing through the center of the map. Excellent damage control from Hera. Another castle forward for Hera. We still don't have that castle for Liereyy.
Fifth castle for Hera. And the Civ can get better as well if he wants to research Force Levy, go for the elephants he went for in his semifinal earlier today. The list is endless here. Liereyy has put up an amazing fight, but against 90 military that he just doesn't match up that well against, it's looking pretty dreadful for him right now.
He's trying to go for more raids. Like, he's in the back here with the Hussar ready. He's trying to distract Hera. He wants to pull those halbs out of position, and then he wants to snipe the army forward with Hussar and skirms, but he's been pushed off a lot of his farms now. Population's still healthy at 161, but Hera is maximum population almost at 191. He's got more units in the queue.
And there was a period where he didn't have gold, but he's actually collected more of it than Liereyy.
And there's gold in the center now.
Exactly, yeah. He's got like all of his golds, and he has the castles and various stone areas. So it continues to look so difficult.
It is only 103 villagers for Hera, so he is getting low on villagers if you want full spam.
Yeah.
Resources are there in the bank though. Q is there. Liereyy not attacking the Treb. He is attacking something else with the Hussar and he can't take it out.
The Halp Skirm is so difficult to run into. I actually wouldn't hate Hera to go Elite Karambit here. I think Elite Karambit out of 5 castles would hit really, really hard.
Where's
you
the
get even
castle
more military.
for Liereyy?
Dude, you need
it. 1,200 stone.
He can't place it anywhere because it's just going to go
down. In the back
down.
of your base.
The back corner?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Protect the farms.
I feel like for Liereyy, it's this unfortunate circumstance where he needs to win a fight,
well,
then secure a position. Yeah.
I mean, the push from Hera is going to stall out a little bit here. Hera now down to 180 population, 98 villagers, but Lierey's sitting there at 135.
Can't win a fight. Oh, it's a familiar feeling.
Oh, man.
Hera wins 4-2. Wins Brazilian Dynasty. An amazing final. And it was a worthy final for both players as well. Hera just simply too good. He gets that one extra win, it feels.
Amazing victory, first against ACCM, the comeback, and then grinding out that set against Liereyy. Fantastic play, fantastic player. And we are truly honored to have Hera lift another S-tier trophy as we send it on over to Masmora on the stage with our champion, Hera.
Hera, what a grueling day of Age of Empires 2 for you, my friend. So many games played, yet you did it once more. You proved everybody back at the top of the Age of Empires 2 community. What's going through your head right now, my friend?
I'm very, very happy, of course, with the win, especially this one because I lost the last S-tier tournament, so the streak kind of broke. But we are 9 LAN wins in a row, so the new streak has already begun, which is great. But I just want to say, first of all, GG's to my competitors, and thank you to the crowd and everyone here at Onimaru for making an amazing event.
A class act, as always, my friend. And Hera, I think it's time for you to lift the trophy. And São Paulo, let's make some noise for your Brazilian Dynasty champion, and it's Hera! And there's more, Hera, there's more. Keep clapping, please, there's more. And that, my friends, concludes the Brazilian Dynasty. On behalf of Onimaru, I'd like to thank each and every one of you at home, here at the Espaço Center in São Paulo. You guys were amazing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the event. Thank you for the amazing energy. I do truly believe you were an essential part, and you really made this tournament as memorable as it was. It's all thanks to you. Thank you so much, everybody.
I just want to give a special shout out to everyone watching at home as well, and especially those who participated in the King's Gauntlets, Grubby, Atriarch, Jabo, etc., Yamato. They were sending me some nice messages throughout, and they were also streaming and watching to their audience for the event. So I think that was a really good way for them to boost the visibility of this event,